whatever to you whenever you're watching this episode of the St. Cloud Divorce Show, and everyone is coming out for it today. We have got Doom, who's making clips on his own, Ropey Loads, who's saying good morning. Lots of people asking for Sam Bibley to be in the chat today so they can become a beloved chatter with him. Thank you, Douche of the Devilverse, and thank you, Landscapers, for coming out. Hopefully, you don't hear them or they won't be around for long, but they too are interested in the St. Cloud Divorce Show. And with me, as always, is my divorce expert. Yep, I said that right. Spurg Snake.
Yes, that's fine. Either or, Tommy. That's why I went with Tom. You know my first name now, so it's just on brand to be a Spurgy Snake.
I thought I was already tripping over my words, and no, I said expert right. I was just overthinking because I'm like, oh, here comes the stutter fuckness, which hopefully Dr. Steve will be able to diagnose me with soon. I will hit him up for a Chatting With episode, hopefully next week. If not, you and I will come back with used cars for successful failures.
Yeah, I really want to watch that movie too. It's one of those things. It's been mentioned by other people. I think Earl just mentioned used cars the other night. He was talking about traffic in
I wish I would have
Las Vegas.
Earl, because there's me and Earl have intersected. We both worked on I'm Dying Up Here. He was a principal actor. I was just one of the audience members in the comedy club.
Yeah, probably send him an email, see if he isn't willing to hang out for a show just to bullshit around.
Yeah, I do have his email. I should go ahead and hit him up for a Chatting With. I would actually, there's so much I could talk to Earl with. It could be a 3-hour episode, just an hour or more dedicated to him still being an AEW fan. And me, I can name the exact first point in which I legit got angry at it in November after they lost. Like
the downhill turn.
6 weeks after they debuted, I was like, what the fuck? So there is so much I could talk to about Earl, just like there is so much we can talk about with Aaron Imholte and his divorce, which is what we're doing here. Thank you all for doubling my subscribers after launching the St. Cloud Divorce Show. This has been a smash hit. I hope more of you stick around for the co-host auditions and the TikTok around the clock. I have lots of fun with those, but still, just a few viewers on those. Still working my way up little by little.
Keep climbing, man. TikTok around the clock is probably my favorite because there's just such strangeness you can find, and honestly some normalcy. That last time you were showing off a lady who was just doing paintings, she had a nice rear end for a canvas, but just different. I like seeing different people. I miss RPan on Reddit. It was like Reddit public access, and it was public access. I mean, there was a chance you were going to see bikini girls or somebody going through a manic episode, and that's how I like my TV.
And how I don't like my TV or my streaming is with Aaron. I've said this before. He almost had me as a fan with what he was doing over on his show, but he doesn't. He has the right pieces and the wrong pieces, and he's just putting too many of the wrong pieces together. I believe Stallion 19 has the lion's share. My Lost Interest and So Thorough Joe Burrow. Hackverse Anonymous, but Stallion 19 has the lion's share of what we are looking at today. So thank you for recently becoming a Clipper, and it is hard work. There is a lot of sifting to go through. The Lucy Tightbox, I saw the clip from Who Are These Podcasts in Vegas. She was cursing Carl for making her find clips of Aaron because there's gold in there, but there is a lot of sifting.
Yeah. It's a lot of panhandling, if you will. I agree, and
well, yeah, it's very proper wording there, panhandling.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's come through, and people that have been joining various Discords. Yours are Spurgtopia, and the Onions Discord. There was a de-spurging, so jumping into that Discord to follow some more about Aaron is a good place to start. I tried joining Aaron's Discord. It's called Twitch Talk, and it is it's a mess. It's a mess. I appreciate you guys who keep a tight Discord, just a couple channels, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm on Twitch Talk as too. I was told it was what's his former co-host?
Corey.
Corey. I thought that was Corey Adams. Is it Aaron's Twitch Talk?
That's the problem. There's like 6 people that share the same Discord. That's why it's called Twitch Talk. It's Mikey Two Milks, Corey Adam. There's a STMS channel for Steel Toe.
And yeah, Twitch
and a
Talk
couple
has
other.
so many fucking channels. It's I've never delved into it because it's just so much. It's kind of overwhelming.
That's it.
Even over there with I'm starting to dabble some more in that one. Oh, and I forgot. I need to update this to get Tukey screaming in the background because I just wanted that blackness to be clear. But when I threw it through iMovie, when you have a blank, it's a black background. So having the Tukey whoa in that dabble alarm,
whoa, dude, that's so good. I love that
adjustment.
Oh, and while we're on the subject of Tukey and Bedabbler, that buffoon right there where my hand's getting cut off, Aaron thinks that another win for the toe came from El Horrible Tukey, and I know it bothers the people who started it, and it started in Discord is where it started. Another win for the toe. I think it probably did start with Patrick, but I know other people were carrying that on.
Just like we gave credit to Regal Salvatore for really coining the turn and Doom really running with the turn. I remember the Atlantic City show with Inelo and all those others is where the Discord was fire there. I had to share it with a buddy. I was like, are you on Spurgtopia? It's fucking madness over here with the brand new former NLO fans that are like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Specifically Regal Salvatore.
Oh, yeah. He literally, it was like the center snapped it to Sal, and then Sal did the turn and handed it right to Doom, and Doom ran through the football field with it. And then there's that cutout cardboard at the other end of the end zone where he just kept going into the parking lot and across the globe. The turn has reached. It is very far reaching.
If Corey has the appeal of Road Rash with 3DO PlayStation game, I do have to delve into him more often. Magnegro. I didn't quite read that name before I just said it out loud. Thank you for joining.
I love it, dude. There's such good names out there. And I don't think he means the video game. I think he's trying to make the appeal of actual Road Rash. But I do like Corey. I think he's a good dude. His loyalty is unparalleled, for better or for worse, which is something I can identify with. I've stuck around in stuff that I shouldn't have, just out of loyalty, you know.
I brought up Sam Bibley's chat earlier, but I didn't make reference to him asking for a contest of the sexiest looking picture of Aaron. I don't know if we're gonna get to any more hot tub talk today. We had a little bit of hot tub talk yesterday, and once I saw Aaron like this and April on her phone, I was like, that's definitely a thumbnail for a future episode.
I know, I saw that in the speaking of Discord. That's what I was like, oh Lord. And that's the hot tub stream is where I was 100% sure they were doing drugs. There was nobody. Everybody was like, they were just drunk or whatever. And I was like, no, dude. I know pupils when I see certain pupils. And I was like, it's either Molly or something else. Because they were fixed. It's not that they're just dilated, but they're both fixed. Flashbang in a baby crib.
You are coming in hot, Magnegro. I
like
really
it.
Like that comparison. Corey Adam is as funny as a flashbang in a baby crib. But it's not your baby.
It's not, yeah, right, exactly. Another semi-close quote to Sal. He's always like, oh, this dude's as funny as crib death.
So we are starting out with a clip I wanted to play last week, but 2 weeks ago, because I think every other week is about proper. We did do 2 weeks in a row because there just was so much happening between episodes 4 and 5. I was like, we got to cover this. It is dense with the amount of Aaron horse shit going on.
Yeah, that was the peak of it, man. I was really impressed. We sort of have crescendoed, and now we're into disaster cleanup. He's trying to backtrack and bring things back down to a normal holding pattern, and nobody's buying it.
Yeah, we are getting back to a bit of normalcy. I imagine he's going to steer back into the polycule talk because it's tapering off his big bump that he took. Well, he's done taking bumps. He took 4 bumps total over 6 months, as he told us, which is why the viewer bump has stopped because doesn't really correlate his cocaine bumps to his viewer bumps, but I was doing wordplay there, and sometimes it falls flat on its face. And we have Duke Phillips here to tell me when it falls flat on my face.
I caught it.
Do need to get rid of some of these clips that I don't play as often.
Where's the joke? I know we're on the air, but where's the joke?
It was wordplay. It was just bad wordplay, Duke. So
one quick remark on that. He said there was no cocaine in the house except for the stuff that Nick Rekieta left near his kids. He kept a little bullet that was full that just didn't get picked up by the cops because they didn't check his house. So I'm suspecting he tapered off of the coke when he was doing those coke jokes. Like he would go take a bump and come back and be like, "What's up, guys?" You know, like, and trying to cover it up, over exaggerating.
And I can understand you needing to taper off if you start doing it often. I mentioned probably last show, I've done it maybe about a dozen times in my life. The first time I was like, we are never going to seek this out. We like this a lot. We do not seek this out. That is the rule.
See, and a lot of times it is. It's with your first experience whether you continue to like something or not. I'm not really an upper guy, except for caffeine. And the first time I tried doing that, it was with one of those things too. My buddy came over with a little bump bullet, and it was like near my 21st birthday, so I was getting hammered all the time, you know. And I remember doing a few bumps and just feeling sober after that. Like it just wiped my alcohol buzz away. I was like, oh, I don't think I like this, you know, because I had spent money at 21 to working on a buzz, you know, and he came over with that, and I was like, oh, okay, let's see what this does. Because I'm a sucker, man. I'll try anything once, for the most part.
Not me. I will try. I will try anything up to a point, which is what I've talked about.
That's a better rule.
There is a cutoff, and heroin was that cutoff because I came from a place where heroin high was a thing, and 2020 told the world all about it.
Oh man, yeah. A lot of people, the opiate addiction in the Midwest and around the country, it's just it's amazing how many people get
I've never
from
done
prescription pills to street drugs, you know. Who
pointed out by Magni, he will not do meth, and that's another one where I just see the people. That's what it was with heroin, and that's what it is with meth. I see the people, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. I see what that shit can do to you.
I think I was out of drugs before meth really started rolling around, especially here in Northeast Ohio.
Aaron here, he isn't talking about drugs yet. We've done happy talk for about 15 minutes now, and actually there was a point that I wanted to get to. Maybe we'll get to it a little bit later concerning divorce, since you are our divorce expert. But here we have Aaron talking about the divorce. What happened? What kicked that off? Because I thought this was going to be. I thought we were going to go through the stages of grief with this. I thought that it was going to be really long drawn out, but nope. And here's why.
Easter baskets so they could thank April's mom and dad for the Easter baskets. And April just left the house. She just left the Rekieta's house. And I hung out there with the kids until we had to leave, until the kids wanted to go. And April had somebody let her know that oh God, I gotta really fucking watch it here because I don't want to sling any accusations. She had someone text her when the kids in
Aaron doesn't want to sling accusations.
After the last 3 weeks, I keep saying 3 weeks, probably wasn't even that long. That dude let it spill, man.
This is after the set changeover. So he was spilling out those accusations during when it was the old shitty set instead of the new shittier set.
I don't even know what to say about his. I mean, I'm not doing great. I'm sitting here in a pool of blackness, but I got, like I said, I got more tchotchkes on my wall right now than he does. But this definitely isn't something I was intending on. And there's a theme going on with my shit. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea what this guy's doing.
Kids and I left. April didn't spend any time with me, didn't spend any time with the kids. It was fucking weird. I go home with the kids. I go upstairs. Half of my closet is cleaned the fuck out. She dipped. While I was hanging out there, she was at home cleaning out the closet. This was a Friday. And I believe 7 weeks ago tomorrow.
He's keeping track. Holy shit.
And, I'll bring Gino on in a second.
He's got this exactly down. This was the beginning of April. That April moved out appropriately enough. That's why I'm a fucking amateur, because I'm tripping over myself with just simple words. I haven't even gotten to pneumono ultramicroscopic volcanicosis yet.
I can't even do that.
That was always the thing I remember in like 4th, 5th grade on the little weekly spelling words that I never had the balls to try to memorize pneumono ultramicroscopic volcanicosis, but a lot of other kids did. And so she done cleaned out the closets. It is quite the message that I have ducked out of my favorite place, the Recadas, while you're there with my least favorite people, you and your kids, to clean out the closet.
Yeah, I immediately that Eminem song comes to my head. I'm sorry, mama. And she's over there, I'm sorry, Mooby, cleaning out her closet. Fucking, and then I guess she left the ring, like, in the center of the closet on a box. Dude, it's so dramatic. You know, like, just fucking end it.
I do love how we can't help but become Imholte and Ray DeVito ourselves at times when we quote talk or sing Eminem and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly why and it's the singing. I Ray DeVito
directly into the things that we're shitting on. We're
I
have our butthole right in our face like Tub Girl.
But see, that's the thing. Like, that you got to know from the inside how to shit on people on the outside. So, you know, and I apologize for that, because I'm just like Ray in that way. I hear parts of a song in my head all the time. I'll catch.
And that does happen to be on TikTok around the clock too. I sing at times. So we've got another couple minutes of this left, and we hear more about the closet being cleaned out. She is not sorry, Mooby.
Second. And when I got home, and that was awful. Half the closet's cleaned out. Her ring was sitting there in the closet. It was fucking heartbreaking.
So the ring is gay, and it hasn't coped with that yet.
Of course it is.
And I contacted Nick. I contacted Kayla. I said, what the fuck is going on? I sent them pictures. They swore up and down, and I have no proof that they knew, so I don't know. They said, "Oh, we had no idea she was doing that." I mean, she brought the clothes right to their house.
Real quick
afterwards. So,
can you skip it back and show how he drinks that Celsius?
A little dainty, is it?
They said, "Oh, we had no idea she was doing that."
Oh, it's kind of like the opposite of Stuttering John, who does it with fingers out. He's
just grip the can,
all fingers
like a man.
in. Nope, not a gripper like a man. I guess when I drink my water, you're gonna you audience members will see where I fall in the gripping like a man, gripping like a dainty Imholte, or a Stuttering John.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm more Stuttering John than dainty Imholte. Like, my fingers are usually up. I think I don't put my whole hand around the can. That's why I notice this stuff, because it's mistakes that I make.
I do find this entertaining that he won't make the leap to say that the Recadas were in on April cleaning out the closet. Someone there told her, and she brought her shit directly there. But I don't want to accuse the Imholts of keep him there, very much like Goodfellas. Keep him here,
Yep.
here.
Yeah.
So she can come in and stab him when everyone else is gone.
No, I think they are. I think both Ricadas were planning on having April as a, live-in nanny. You know,
This is.
I think both of them were doing the old. They won April in a divorce.
This is a full polycule breaking up, going from swingers to a thruple.
Yep.
This was a absolute plan. That this swinging is great, but you know what stinks? One of the four of us.
Which, if we see more hot tub stream, you'll see he's always off to the side.
Yeah, everyone was together of the thruple, and Aaron was much closer to the camera and not close, and April like had a border of her arm and her drink, like a do not pass here. This is thruple territory, and you are encroaching on this, husband.
She was giving him the bouncer treatment. You can't cross this velvet rope. That is my arm.
Your name is not on the list, Aaron.
No.
I mean, she brought the clothes right to their house afterwards. So I have my suspicion. Man, I have my suspicions about a lot of shit after everything I saw and did and everything else. But that fucking sucked. And that was fucking brutal. And I believe a week later, and I'm almost positive on my timeline here, about a week later was when I sent that text that I won't be coming back. I had a conversation with my kids where my oldest told me the oldest said it feels like April's been distant lately, like she doesn't love it, blah 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 blah. And I was, as soon as my kids told me that, I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I can't. I could fight, and I did fight for a while to try and keep it, but there was no reciprocation of that energy whatsoever. I mean, horrible shit. And so I told them, I go, I'm not going to be coming back. We gotta call this thing. And that's when I got the horrible text messages and the shitty, K yourself text.
For some reason, this bugs me a lot that he's chosen to say it. K yourself, end yourself, game over yourself. There's certain fun ways, like when you think of the Stern Show before he went over to Sirius, that they would say dirty words without saying dirty words, and he's missing that creativity in working around what YouTube will allow you to say without demonetizing you. Just saying the K yourself, our word. Actually, I just took it down. The prison. We've got to come up.
Oh, he did put grape. These guys have been
killing
killing me all morning. You've been putting chats up, and I'm like, oh my god, that's funny. And then the next one comes up, that's funny too.
We've got to come up with a term for that. The grapes that you get in prison. 2 episodes in a row of successful failures. There was a grape in prison joke. It just flat out Count Blah said it. Tell me one reason I shouldn't do it. And it was on network TV.
Yeah.
We can't even say these words anymore. Oh, and what movie am I thinking of with that song? Teen End Yourself. Don't do it. You can't even make that movie anymore.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. It's like on the tip of my brain. Like
I can't quite think of it, but yeah, I love that movie. And you can't even all those jokes were fun satire. You can't even do that anymore anywhere.
I prefer self-deletion. Self-deletion is my go-to phrase for that. But yeah, I agree. Like, he dances around some words, but not others, because later he'll just say the half a bundle of sticks word, like it's going out of style.
Oh, he says full bundle of sticks with the hard T. And it was from watching other, because I was dropping the full thing, half a, not the euphemism of bundle of sticks there for a few weeks, till I noticed Revenge of the Sis, specifically, their Clips channel bleeps out the F in that, half a. So I was like, oh, if Revenge of the Sis clips are cutting out that word, maybe I should avoid it as well. And half a bundle of sticks is a fun workaround.
Right, exactly that. It makes you think and have to jump through that, and I appreciate that. I should be doing more of that myself instead of relying on swears. Oh
And
shit!
do
I had a
have
point.
filthy mouth. It's, someone at work was actually surprised when they first heard me drop an F-bomb. I was like, oh my goodness, do I actually keep my language in check here at work so much that you're surprised I have such a filthy mouth? I am a dirty mouth motherfucker.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially in a kitchen. When I was working in a kitchen, it's all that F word was every other word, 100%.
So here we have some more of Steel Toe Solo. This appears to be after he talked to Pod Awful, and he was like, center that SS Minnow wheel you have there. It'll look better, which it does. Props to
I
Pod
agree.
Awful for trying to help.
Speaking of things that make me happy, big announcement, and this is just for the members only show. We'll get to this on the morning show tomorrow, but this is breaking news for the members only crowd. The signatures are finally on the paper. The ink is dry. I am free once again. I am divorced.
He says finally, but this was fucking quick. From the beginning of April to the beginning of June, finally, that is one of the quickest turnarounds. Like some states, you have to be legally separated for months and months before they'll allow you to legally put that ink to divorce paper.
I think federal law permits no fault divorce now. Like you can just walk into the courthouse and say, we want to get separated, and they'll do it for you. No questions asked, no, what's the word I'm looking for when you go through that arbitration? Because April didn't bring anything into the marriage, so she's not getting anything back out.
She brought those, well, I was going to say nice tits, but I'd just call them tits, actually. I would take the nice away from those. Those tits on that skeleton that she has. I don't know if it was less of a skeleton before them drugs there, but once they got that bikini out and we're trying to sell April's body, no, not fan. To tone it up, fatten it up, and I do disagree with some people of the fatness on women. I can take a thicker lady than a lot of people can, but that skeleton, I won't kick her out, but took you down a whole hotness point.
I agree, and I have been a noted chubby chaser, so I do find April attractive. But I also know I can find a dozen of her not at the mall anymore, but you used to be able to find dozens of her at the mall. Like, no joke. Like, you
gotta
could
go
not...
to, like, the brewery or the coffee shop or something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You just... For all the guys out there who have trouble with women, man, I'll slap the confidence right into you. Just don't be afraid to hear no. It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't. It might feel bad for a second, but it doesn't hurt.
That was something I had to get over when I was a little wussy of a man in my early mid-20s, was that no just really fucking hurting. And just understanding I'm fucking weird. It's actually good that I'm not everyone's type, because the ladies who I am their type, they're really am for their you. Type.
Right.
I'm like I've said about Skittles over on TikTok around the clock. Most people watching do not like her. I am a big fan. She is a fucking weirdo, and my type of weirdo.
You're exactly right with that too, and especially guys who are having trouble meeting people that are into the same things. They don't even leave the house. You need to go places of the things that you're interested in. If you like record store shit, go hang out at the record store. There'll be a single girl that walks in there eventually. It's a numbers game. Listen to Boomhauer.
Dive bars and breweries. Hang out there, and the swipey apps are a good having another line in the water. But for the most part, I've found out that in person is where the most success happens.
Yeah, I have no internet game. I can't even flirt. I don't know how to do it that well online yet.
We'll get you there.
Thank you.
I've had to hold back a lot because I did need that signature on the paper. But now we don't need to. I also don't need to feel like I don't need to bury anyone. Let me just say this. I do hope April gets better, but in order for April to get better, she has to admit that she's not well in the first place. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm free. That whole last 6 months of my life is now a memory. I can move on. I can be happy. I'm not tethered to this anymore. I am so thrilled about that. I could be resentful of how things went, but why? I didn't want to go the way she was going. So I went this way. I can be resentful that she went this way, or I can have gratitude for the fact that I went this way. And
you seem full of fucking resent. I think we're going to get him talking for another minute or two about how he isn't filled with hate and resentful feelings. But we've seen you for the last couple of months. You are just filled with it, sir.
He's absolutely pissed he got the short end of the stick. He knows what happened, and he knows how he would frame it. A dude stole his wife and got kicked out of the polycule, you know?
Well, yeah, it's also his feelings for Kayla Ricada,
yes.
Lady Rackets. He was definitely falling for her. He had an emotional thing, maybe more for Lady Rackets than he had with his wife at the time. It's through what he's revealed, he was really into her.
Absolutely. He bought her stuff on Valentine's Day. What did he think was going to happen here? Did he think they were full-on wife swapping? They were just going to trade up wives for the next couple years or something? I don't understand what he was trying to get her.
It's such a bad idea to decide in a day that we're opening up our marriage. That is a crumbling marriage that you are putting a terrible support that's not going to last up against. You've just asked like a production assistant to go and hold it like this so it doesn't fall instead of hiring a construction worker to fix the foundation of this marriage. It takes months of talk to open up your marriage and it not be a fucking disaster.
Oh, no, I agree. And
one feels...
Sorry. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead and play, because I was just going to reiterate
so
the same
much
point.
Better than the other. So all the best. I hope she does well. But if she doesn't, not my fucking problem. I am grateful that I'm free. I'm grateful that I'm out. I'm grateful that I'm not involved in that anymore, because that shit'll all just drag you down. Anything that she did in the days leading up to the divorce that I consider underhanded or dirty or borderline robbery, I consider the cost of doing business, man, because I'm fucking grateful that I'm on this path. Man, look, I could have been in the same spot April is. I could have been in the same spot Nick and Kayla are in.
You want to be in April's spot. You wish that you were part of the thruple and that it was April that they were like, nah.
He wants to be Nick. He wants to have two chicks, one on each arm, and feel like a man. He has a hard time with that. And I think we mentioned it before. I know I did, and I pretty much said it this way. April wants to be turned out. She wanted to be a party chick. I could see that in her. She's 29.
She hasn't been fucked right in a while. She hasn't gotten her party years completely out of her yet.
Right.
And Aaron just very much, what was it, like within a year, within a couple of months of knowing each other, that they got the Vegas marriage really quick?
Yeah.
And it upset all the families because they were like, what the fuck are you doing? And her as a mid-20s lady at the time, more apt to make silly decisions like that. A once divorced 37, well, not 37 at the time, but currently 37-year-old. He was the one that should have known better. And that is a nice little stop screenshot that we have it on.
Time to Photoshop a peenie in his mouth.
Anyone over Spurgtopia, this is a really nice shot to throw in that dongy dong. Salvatore, I do like a really cute face, as long as she has big tits that are actually tits and aren't just an extension of her fat, like that is such a breaking point for me. Like a variation of a flatso where her titties are an extension of her fat. That can help me say yes to a fat woman when she's got big boobs, independent of just being part of her fat body.
Yeah, no, I noticed that since you mentioned that, I've seen that because I know what you're talking about. It's like there's like an inner tube or something. There's an extra thing under the arm right on. And
Yeah,
there's
if
no
it gives
side boob. It just turns
VCR.
into rib.
I
sorry.
could be there. Don't think that isn't lost on me. I could have been in that house. I smartened up. Now I was never a big drug guy, but like I smartened up. I got the fuck out. I wasn't there for a couple months almost. So happy. But their decisions took them to a place where that Thursday happened. It didn't happen to me. And I am, instead of being resentful that, oh, they didn't listen to me, or, oh, they didn't make healthy decisions or whatever. Instead of being resentful about that, I am grateful that I'm on the path I'm on. I'm moving forward, and I got incredible people who love the shit out of me.
He's saying this very aggressively.
Yes, he is.
The tone of voice is not reflecting what he's actually saying of being happy with himself.
He's not. He's just on his soapbox, damning people. Who's that guy? The guy with the point, and he's yelling out the car. I can't remember. But he's like, he's telling everybody else that he got out. Like, this should absolve him of all of the wrongdoing that he did. It's like, no, dude, you still permitted drug abuse. You still permitted child endangerment. You knew
when
there
he
were guns in
that soapbox and started climbing up on it. Like, he was like, this absolves me of this bad doing. I'm admitting to it. I wasn't a good guy, but I'm absolving myself by confessing my sins to the entire internet. The internet is
Exactly.
a priest in a confessional.
After explaining how the internet ruined his marriage and how the internet makes him stressed out and all this, like there's like this hive mind internet that he has this. He's turned it into an entity onto its own, and it's really not the internet. It's like the 25 people who are dedicated to watching him, not necessarily fans, just a handful of people who watch him on the regular.
Oh, and going back, Mag Negro has been a fantastic, beloved chatter today. Thanks for stopping in, sir. Advice to young men that want ladies: always smell great and never give a shit. They will always throw themselves at you. Being in a certain state of mind, when I was an absolute pussy magnet, was when I was just completely satisfied. When I had the kinky nanny, when I was absolutely creatively and both creatively and occupationally intermixed at the time of the job that I had, and just being just so happy with everything I'm doing. And I actually feel like I'm getting there now with enjoying what I'm doing with this streaming and the editing that I do. And yeah, I don't give a shit if you show up to our first date or not. I've got my computer with me and I'm editing TikTok videos into the show that I really enjoy. Not as many people are watching it as I would like, but I enjoy doing it. And if you show up, great. Getting my pecker wet again would be fantastic. If not,
Still in the same boat you were 20 minutes before. You know, it's not a big deal.
Internet porn still exists, and I can relieve it that way. So would prefer a wet pecker, but if you don't show up, I'm doing just fine with those. Cam whores seems to be the word. I like to be more respectful, I guess, because of the kinky nanny. She was a cam girl, so I do have a bit more respect for the cam girls than others have for the cam whores.
Just like with prostitutes, there's levels. You know, you got your basic streetwalker, and then you got a high-end escort. It's the same with internet cam girls, OnlyFans, all that stuff. There's a ranking system, or at least most guys have one, I guess.
I don't
maybe just me.
I've told this little tidbit of just like our buddy Russell Hartley, who was dating a prostitute and didn't know it. I kind of did the same thing because I thought she was talking in hyperbole when she called herself a sex worker. I thought she was a dominatrix. No, she was
Oh,
a sex working prostitute. So that was my bad. Learned that really quickly that, oh no, you are not a dominatrix, but I still went out with her for about a month. A reality television producer I couldn't finish the first date with. So I do have more respect for sex working prostitutes, what they do, than what reality television producers do. I find that more respectable.
yeah, no, and sex worker is a giant umbrella. So, like that it is kind of vague to
I
not,
thought she was a dominatrix.
Yeah, exactly.
My bad for
Something like that, right? Foot fetish, something
my bad for not
non-penetrating.
clarifying that. And yeah, it took me a little bit before I was like, nope, can't do it. Oh, and that she was the first prostitute I was with. The first prostitute I paid for, that's a different lady that came later.
Well, in both accounts, she came later.
Heyo.
And have been really great. So it is final. It is done. I'm sure some of you are very sad about it. That's okay. You are allowed to feel about this news however you'd like to feel about this news. I'm sure I have friends who are sad about it. That is okay. Everyone can grieve this their own way. But I've been grieving this for months, and I'm happy that it's over. John Robb says, I'm guessing the divorce was quick enough because the division of assets went very quickly. Well,
April took that division for you. She made the division happen already. No need to worry. I got mine.
Too bad.
except for a few grand that I thought were mine that apparently weren't.
That's what I wanted to know. He said it.
She went Anthony Cumia on him. She
Yeah.
got that account. It sounds like she didn't completely clear out that account. As I love that Anthony Cumia story that he says he went into the bank and he was going to take out half because that's what would have been proper. And they were like, that account is empty. It's been closed.
Yeah, exactly that. There was a little bit of a whisper, I think last week, that she was spending his money because dude, this guy's stupid, man. He got a joint account. That early on, there was a joint account. And I want to know, his finances are screwed somehow. I don't know how, but he's trying to play numbers fuckery with the IRS and his private account and having a business account. He like pays himself all the money from Steel Toe and then tries to break the business even. It's so weird. But she just took him for some rides, so he's in debt now. He needs to hit that goal.
So yeah, he may need to get a Hollywood accountant to make it actually look all proper, because yeah, there is some fuckery going on there, and I don't know if Hackride is getting my 37 reference to Clerks there. Certainly, you should get that reference, Hackride. I love saying 37 in a row. I love saying my age because I immediately go to that quote right there.
Dante's is great. I love Clerks. It's such a good movie.
A guy just started working with me named Dante, and
Oh, no.
every time someone talks about him, I want to scream out, and he's not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, that was the first one everybody was quoting out of that. That's so good.
Guys, let me tell you this. If you're getting divorced, maybe lock down those bank accounts a little bit. They can get a few parting shots in if they want to. In my
What a dummy.
polytool life.
So here we're on to the next clip. Another one from Stallion. We had one from My Lost Interest there. And Sam Bibley, a little bit in the same boat as Aaron Imholte, that his girlfriend chose drugs over him. And that does happen. I had a high school girlfriend that was much more into the drugs than she was into me. Actually, she was the town bike. And sometimes the town bike rides so good, you want to take it home and keep it at your house, but it's the town bike. I was being foolish.
Yeah, you got to let people borrow it when they come by the house. It's not fun.
I used to fall asleep with Kayla at like 2 a.m.
Okay.
And then I wake up at 4 to leave and go do a show. Like April and I would get up at 4. No, we get up at 3:45 and leave at 4. Now April had to have a little.
Right? Can I point one thing out?
Yeah. What?
Everybody kind of noticed there's something going on.
They seem a little sleepy.
Well, confessional time in the chat. I think we're a little bit behind, but we've got a support group going on here with Douche of the Dabbleverse and Sam Bibley with some ladies who were some real bad decision makers. So good luck getting back on your feet because it does hurt. It hurts when the town took back their town bike from me in high school. So good luck. We will have a support group over on the Discord. We'll have a live call coming up soon.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, you should. Yeah, definitely, guys, come in. And if you're not in Discord, start with Dylan's. That's like training wheels. You know, you'll know everybody there. And Sam, like, dude, I feel for you because it doesn't feel good coming in second to anything, especially when it's a substance. You know,
and that
it just doesn't. It makes you question yourself, and that's not okay. You're all right, dude.
One of the things I had to get over was just coming in second, with my mom choosing her drunken boyfriend at the time, second husband eventually over me. Like, it was ingrained in me. Well, we're really getting into therapy talk now, and hopefully we aren't weaponizing it like Aaron is. Just kind of getting out our therapy talk and then pointing and laughing at Aaron for handling this even worse than we did. Well, I guess we're doing it a bit more privately than he is.
A little sleepy, a little jittery after all the fucking Celsius.
Yeah. April didn't need energy drinks. April had her own energy drink. You drank it through your nose.
Energy. There. You were getting to it. Energy powder. You were just. I understand a live stream. You don't quite get to the joke at times, which is why I have Duke Phillips on the board.
Yeah, he serves his purpose well. I like Duke.
Medicine to go take.
She had medicine that she needed to do those shows. Oh boy. So on April 12th, both you and Nick were perturbed about an emergency. Was it April related or a near OD? Or something as serious, really?
That's pretty specific.
April 12th.
Oh, no.
April was out of the house already.
Wasn't that?
That's about when I left.
Yeah, that was when you told me what was going. Like, you told me like things are over.
Oh, did I? That I was filing and it was done.
Yeah, 'cause that's my birthday weekend.
Okay, then that would be it. Yes. Okay, so Friday, April 12th, I decided.
April 12th, that will be his girlfriend in a few months. He's currently on to April 2, I guess we're going to call her. And the divorce clock, I'm putting the divorce clock at 3 and 3/4 years. He's going to get married way too soon. And that's where I'm putting my over-under at for his third marriage, which is going to happen far sooner than it should at 3 and 3/4 years. Put in your bet. Aaron, marriage number 3, over or under 3 and 3/4 years.
Oh, see, now, that's good. You got good odds there. Like, that 3.5 years is a good call for the next one. Because I think April only lasted 3 total. And believe it or not, the divorce clock website is still running. It's still counting, ticking down. Part of me wants to say he's going to be married and divorced before the actual divorce clock for April's marriage.
Oh, that would
he'll already be through the third one, right? You know,
that would be hilarious.
But he's going to be one of those guys at 50 years old at the bar. He's like, yeah, I've been married 5 times. I can't keep a woman, blah, 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 blah. And like in chat, people keep saying he's got like this just bulldozing confidence or self-esteem that he has, that he just trucks through everything. And Comedy Shaman respects that now. And Jesse was trying to say that Aaron's not a lol cow, and I disagree. He still is milkable for laughs all day long. It just you can't not. He's too funny.
Decided, you know what? This is fucking done. I'm over with it. I'm not going to stay married to April. Whatever. I'm not doing this shit. Because I really thought that she was dragging me through. Like, she was almost like torturing me. Because she's like, well, maybe we can be friends and then we can still do this 4-person things. And I'm like, fuck
How the fuck does that?
that. Like, at some point, you got to put your foot down.
We can still be married, and you can fuck Kayla, but I'm not fucking you.
No
Sounds
way,
like
dude.
that was on the table for a little bit of
Yeah.
let's be friends in this swinger relationship since you got this thing for Kayla. That was apparently something April put on the table is you can keep fucking Kayla and Kayla's going to keep fucking Nick and I'm going to fuck Nick, but I'm not going to fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's exactly what was going on. It's like he had a better bargaining chip for swinging than she did. You know, he just wasn't. So I'm going to steal a joke from a couple of people. Aaron will fill any container you can pour him into. You know, like he's just a doughy, not very attractive guy. He's symmetrical and looks all right.
Except
But
for his orangutan arm.
He's so
And
noodly.
again, this is coming from a guy with no neck.
I know, right? I'm hiding mine. It's under the beard. But like, if he was in my neighborhood, he would never ever get laid. There's no way. There's no way. He doesn't have any desirable traits. He has no competition around him.
He's
Like
kinda
he
making
should.
the orangutan face there too.
Yeah, I know. Oh, anytime you've paused it today, dude, he's got some dopey ass fucking.
This is.
I'm sorry,
becoming
but he is. He's a dope.
like the drop the needle on Stuttering John gag, where every time you stop it, he's making a hilarious face. It's Aaron. Thank you for coming just in time as I've had the shits of Stutcho coverage. Thank you.
Yeah, you know,
For
he's
doing a service to all of us who got tired of pointing and laughing at Stuttering John.
yeah, and Aaron's happy for the attention. What he's not happy about is that he's got eyes on him and is still missing the goal, or just or they're making him sweat. They like to make him sweat. It'll be like 5 minutes before the show's over, and he's $300 from the goal, and then they'll start donating here and there.
I may have to jump ahead in chats. I'm getting a bit behind as we're seeing some of the references from a few minutes ago come up. That's where I currently am. I do like Stalio. You can take the bike off the streets. You can't take the street off the bike.
Nope.
Talking
Those miles
about
are
when I
all
was
there.
Trying to take that town bike home. Silly teenager I was.
And you'd be like, okay, I know that I have this woman over here,
Yeah.
but that ain't my woman,
No.
you know? So I'm like, let's fucking call this thing. Fucking enough. A week ago, you moved your shit out. We're fucking done, clearly. So I decided we were done. Nick took that night off because he was busy thumb thugging and texting me, telling me to K myself. You lied to my wife and I. You lied about me to my wife. I'm like, I think all I told your wife was you were an addict. And like that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that, you know, I can back that shit up. You know, I can at least make a healthy argument.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was busy freaking out on me. Kayla was from what I hear, this could be bullshit because, you know, everybody's a fucking liar, but Kayla was apparently really heartbroken that night that I wasn't coming back, which again is fucked up.
Yeah, sure she was. Well, maybe a little bit. I don't know. It was probably like I don't know. What do you think, Spurg Snake? I'm kind of on the fence if Kayla had legit feelings for him or not, because he was wooing her. When you're wooed by someone, you do start like, oh, I like this person who's giving me things, and they're not able to find my clit, but it's fun anyways.
Well, see, that's the thing. Was he buying affection? Was that working? Because she seems like maybe she was happy doing something different. But I think Nick had her taking one for the team, basically. It was like, come on, I want to fuck his hot wife. You know, you could do worse than this guy. Judging by the text that Aaron shared, I don't think there was much reciprocation, that it wasn't at the level that Aaron expected. He's got a problem with falling in love, dude. He likes to fall in love. He enjoys being in the honeymoon stage of a relationship. The second it gets monotonous is when he starts. That's when you see, like, even with April and him before, there's a certain point where she starts talking back to him, like as a co-host, you know, like, oh yeah, well, blah 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 blah, and takes a shot at him. Where like last October, it wasn't that. It was like she was really still kind of meek, not knowing what she was doing. Her confidence got better as she got further into the relationship with the Brigadas. Like they pitted her against him, in my opinion.
Me fucked up, but that fucked up too. So Nick was like having to basically quarterback this thing, this 3-person nightmare that he's now inherited, because I went, you know what? I've got 3 kids and an ex-wife and a family and friends and all this other shit that I'd like to see. So I don't think I can move in and be part of the compound.
Well, and he's already cut everyone else out of his life, apparently.
Right. So
being able to pull all this shit off.
Right. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I got to be.
Our buddy Stallion 19 is following legal mindset. I hear he's
Done.
been covering Mercada too.
You lied to me. You lied to my wife. You lied about me to my wife. Like everything was lie. I'm like, I feel like I'm being pretty fucking honest. Called me the gay F word. I'm like, well, not anymore.
See, there it is again. K yourself, gay F word. And he dropped the hard F at times.
All the time, dude.
Bundle of sticks is fun. Self game over. Self and you are a radio guy. You know these terms can actually be fun. Like the Howard Stern commercial, the Sofa King. It's fun working around the censors. The Sofa King wasn't as fun once you got over to satellite radio when you didn't have to work around those. In Baltimore, it was the King of Fa, the Fa King. It was the bit that we had on Baltimore morning radio over on Kirk, Mark, and Lopez.
I remember the Sofa King. I remember seeing it on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He's like, now repeat after me. And they just did it. It was like on Adult Swim. So, of course, it was like late night. But they didn't bleep that. It was really good.
If you think about it. But so there's this. So that whole thing happened. If you're asking about April 12th, yeah, that was the day I left. And he canceled that show because he was trying to handle 3 people fucking acting like the world was burning down around them because I wasn't there. Which, guys, trust me, you're going to be fine, I guess. But if you fast forward about 4 or 5 weeks, I was wrong. You're not going to be fine.
They weren't fine because of you. And no, it seems like they weren't upset that you went away. It seemed like it was a plan. It was a plan they had in place to get rid of this swinger and make it a thruple. So Aaron's still inflating himself in his head there.
Yeah, we all know he got cut out of the game. You know, they didn't want anything to do with him because he's a clingy bitch. Like, you know, he's trying to make a fun time into a serious relationship group, and that's not like.
If anyone can tell me,
4 parents and 8 kids, was that his plan? I mean, I don't know. He's too vanilla to be around certain people.
And they weren't taking care of the 8 kids. They were just dropping the 8 kids off. You all play together in the dirty laundry, have a tug of war with the dirty laundry, and don't come upstairs. Leave us alone. We are doing adult things.
I believe a lot of responsibility rested on that 16-year-old in that house.
No, oh yeah, the big one's watching the little one.
Absolutely.
Going back to 1920s when you just kept having kids on the farm and going back to work on the farm. So you, 8-year-old, you're in charge of making sure that this 1.5-year-old gets what it needs. And once it's able to do this, get that 1.5-year-old turning the fucking butter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it makes sense because they're up in Minnesota. So yeah, 1920s is probably where most of their mindset is.
So here we have Aaron with the Groucho Marx Simpson character of Gino Bisconte, and congratulations, Keanu, on your engagement. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Spurgs over at Spurgtopia are like, he must fuck. Gino must be a hell of a lay to get someone as attractive and as young as Keanu. I haven't heard her comedy, but they're both comics, correct? That's why she's making all these appearances.
Not a
You're
comic, but she hosts Keanu Cast, her own podcast. I think she has done stand up a handful of times, but only to open for Gino. You know what I mean? So it's not like she's out getting gigs or something. And The Simpsons, Groucho Marx, yeah, that's him in a nutshell. And he's high energy, so maybe he does, you know?
I've just never found him funny, though. Like maybe 3 times he's made me giggle, never a big old laugh. And
I agree.
I guess my introduction through Red Bar's Flat Broke Gino, he's just always been a complete fucking joke to me. And that Flat Broke Gino jingle, it is like, I think we've got a super chat levels of earwormy. I love both those jingles.
Yeah, I know. That Super Chat jingle's so good. Dog, goes down. I really enjoy that one. It makes you want to Super Chat, actually. Yeah, no, and same thing with Red Bar. There's just some things that he nailed it on. It's just a shame that all his shows are 27 hours long.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look at a side by side of Keanu and Dylan Mulvaney. That may be my Sue Lightning.
True. I do find Keanu to be, she's cute, and she's got a pretty good attitude.
Speaking of Sue Lightning, that AI that came out of Opie and Anthony reuniting is so fucking good, with Anthony talking about the Sue Lightning accusations.
Man, I really, I want to know what happened there for real, because I remember that going around. That was when the Reddit was still around. I don't know if you ever saw the Opie and Anthony subreddit.
I was well aware of it, and it was it was really rocking when it got blown up by the drug addict mod who decided to fucking take it down.
Dude, he nuked the whole Discord. I think because somebody found security footage of him stealing. He was literally like, he reached around a glass case and stole. It was like at a vape shop or something, and somebody caught him. It was so funny. But there was a lot of weirdness there, and nobody made fun of Gino on there. Now that I think about it, I mean, he got a little bit, but not like he gets now for being associated with Kumia.
If anyone can tell me, by the way, people are saying, "Where's April? Where is she?" I don't know where she is. After the text that Gino and I got, I don't really care. I'm taking a break from communicating. It's sad. Like, it's too sad to communicate and hear the denial and everything. But if anyone does know where she is, I have to make sure I have this flipped over so there's no addresses or anything. If anyone does know where she is, they are still trying to serve her the HRO protection from my ex-wife, and they can't, and they keep trying to send it to me. So if anybody does know where she is, that would be nice, because she does need to be served. Check this out. I have some news.
I do find this entertaining, that the meme of April on the milk carton that was floating around on the Discords and the Reddits is now legit. Like, yeah. April has her on the milk carton. Have you seen her? There are legal documents that I must give to her that I cannot, because she is missing and will not be in my presence ever again.
Yeah, no, she's probably dodging Aaron's calls and everything she can right now. Dude, the order of protection from his ex-wife, that is so, I don't know, man. There's more to that than him just announcing it here. But I guarantee you Ashley did not like April around those kids at all.
Yeah, what we do know, what has come out is that Ashley LaRue did not want April LaRue. I guess she's April Anderson now instead of the LaRue, since it doesn't get Aaron all angry anymore to do the April LaRue, because he did get fucking pissed.
Yeah, I know. That was one of the things that he did not like. He does not like anybody mentioning his first ex-wife, because she's the one that will kick his ass. That's probably the one he shouldn't have let get away.
So what's come out? Ashley doesn't like Aaron driving the kids because he drives like a maniac. but she absolutely wanted to stop April from driving around the kids. And the word going around town is that she was tweaking when she dropped off the kids. And she was like, my kids are completely unsafe with this woman driving, or it cannot happen. I legally have to stop her from doing this.
Yeah, I think it had to have happened more than once. Because, I would imagine she gave her a warning. Like, if I see you like this again with my kids, you're going to wish you hadn't. And then it happened again.
So we've been having a nice little fun phrase of "Where's Baldo," and now it's "Where's April." We could actually that sounds like a fun little set of books that we could come up with of "Where's April" and all the different porta potties and behind a dumpster that we can find her in the "Where's Waldo" spread. Using that cartoon figure, it's a reaction over Spurgtopia.
Yeah, that's a good one.
April cartoon, and I finally saw that for the first time recently. I forget the YouTuber who put that together. It's such a hilarious design, that ugly cartoon April.
There's one of Aaron as well. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're both in that cartoon.
I really like. I know Hacker Eye doesn't like Discord at all. He had a bad experience. But like the Spurgtopia Discord, that's all. It's just fun. Sometimes there's like infighting, but usually I think it's just to keep the Spurg sharp because got to be ready for anything.
Yeah, I stay away from the infighting in my bunker. And
me too. I try to.
There's one person in the Discord who's on my pay no mind list, and at times I'm tempted to pay them mind, but just remaining on the pay no mind list. So I'm not getting into it with that person.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I'm just agreeing with you.
Okay.
You got to watch.
Sent in from a listener. Hey, sorry about going on. I saw April and Nick last night at Zorba's getting a pizza. Man, you were not kidding. They are unrecognizable. Oof. So wait a minute. April and Nick are getting pizza. Is Kayla out of the house?
I have no idea. I don't follow this anywhere near as closely as you do.
Oh. Well, it's just I got a message from somebody. Saw April and Nick last night at Zorba's getting a pizza. You were not kidding. Unrecognizable. So, you know what? That's kind of fucking ballsy to just go out in your hometown with your fucking mistress while everyone kind of knows.
No, everybody already knows. You. What an idiot. Somebody needs to smack Aaron.
You screamed it from the mountaintops. It was, and apparently it was a badly kept secret locally from what we are hearing that they were swinging, but it's not his mistress. They are a thruple. Well, I don't know. A thruple does imply that Kayla is doing stuff with April as well. So it may just be Nick with a wife and a girlfriend, but not his mistress. She lives there. It's different than a mistress. She is not a Gumar. This is Mrs. Soprano. This is Carmela having the Russian lady in the guest house and bringing her breakfast in the morning. This is not her divorcing Tony when the Russian lady admits that I have been... Oh, actually, it was the legless Russian lady. What wasn't it? No. It was the Russian... I'm going to have to watch that again to remember which Russian lady it was, because the legless Russian lady Tony fucked around on the Russian lady with, and it was her sister or something, and she got pissed. But that's not this case.
I need to go back and watch Sopranos. It's so good.
Oh yeah, once you start, you just keep on going. And I did a rewatch because I had a disagreement with my friend that it got worse over time. The tone changed. It's a lot more fun in the early seasons, and it's not as much fun in the last seasons. But it's a really great show. It's darker and not as much fun, but still really great.
I really did enjoy the last season, and I did enjoy the way it ended. In
hindsight, I do. I fucking hated it at the time.
But that's what it's supposed to do. You're like, what the, and you just yell for 10 minutes. But the only season I didn't like was the one where he was in a coma and all that weird stuff was happening in his head. When he's in a coma, it's kind of okay. At least they didn't make it a plot twist. where you're like, why is all this weird shit happening? And then it just doesn't mean anything.
It wasn't
it's him
goddamn
trying-
Sideways universe, like
Right.
fucking Lost, that doesn't exist, and they wrote themselves into a corner and needed some way to make a happy ending, so they make up this fucking Sideways universe. It was, and dreams had always been integral. His fever dream at the end of season 2, I think it was, with the talking fish of Pussy.
Yeah.
Tony. So the dreams were always integral, and early on they did that full-on episode. So it did overstay its welcome for sure. The Tony in a coma, but at least it was always part of the DNA.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I it's the weakest season, but it's not a throwaway season. It's still part of it.
You know what made that season worse was the previews. Watching it live on HBO, and they show the preview for the next episode, and you're like, "Oh my boy, we're gonna get some fucking shit going down." And it was the preview for the next episode that really got the expectation up here. And then I watch it. Oh, this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
that's expectation here and brought it here. So
it's always a problem.
They were overhyping those episodes. And I apologize, Magnegro. I just tried looking for the cartoon. I can't find it offhand. So hopefully we will find that steel toe cartoon soon. It's been a little bit since I've seen it. But that April, it is such an ugly design of April. And hopefully I can link that in the comments or something once I am able to locate it.
Yeah, I forget who drew it too. It just popped up one day. But I remember it being in a thumbnail.
Knows what the fucking deal is? Wow.
Well, unless Kayla's not there anymore, now it's just the two of you are a couple. But I have no idea. But if Kayla is still there and you're still living with her, yeah, it's going to be really, really weird.
J-Braw's comment here of Ricada asking Aaron to get the good rum in Omaha, 7 hours away. We need the good rum, Aaron, and then you can come back to the drug party we're having.
If I was in my 20s or my late 20s, I would be naive enough to fall for that. Yeah, I'll go get the great rum, blah, blah, blah. Not even thinking about it. Just focused on the good time when I come back. Not realizing that they're getting me out of the door. Yeah, and when you get back, everybody's all passed out on the couch. Like, what happened?
What happened? Oh, that needs to be on the board. I got to pull some clips from A Mighty Wind. I do love that. What happened?
It's a good movie.
Weird. Be like, hi, I need that meat lovers pizza for me, my wife, and my side piece. And take that to go.
Oh, you mean you want a side dish? No. This is my side piece. Yeah. But no, she had a whole family and everything else. She just threw it away for a Mustang and some Coke. And now now I'm facing felony charges and looking to try to fight them while my 5 kids are taken away. And she's totally happy with being my side piece. I mean,
still got the Mustang though.
Yeah. She's totally not happy with it. Like she's actively trying to sabotage my marriage. No, I just here for the pizzas, really. Oof. I've made the prediction already. It's going to end up being those two. And that'll be the best thing for Kayla.
He still wants Kayla. That's
yes,
what this is. This is the best thing for Kayla, is for her to come back in my self-hugging arms so I can hug her and maybe have a thruple myself with this new lady. That I might have to get to that clip next, because we do have a lot of commentary and crosstalk. Not getting to as many clips as I was expecting. And Sam Bibley is disagreeing with you on the 6th season being the weakest. And the 2 episodes that Tony's in the coma, it drags.
Maybe that's why. That's what got me.
But it drags.
Okay, that's what, because I binged watched it and it felt like forever watching that.
And I understand him coming out of it makes sense to be the finale of the 2nd episode. But I guess I wish it would have happened earlier in the 2nd episode, because that coma did drag for those 2 episodes.
Yeah, I thought it was almost the whole season. So that's, okay.
And they do have The sixth season, was that the abbreviated season where they split it up into two, or
Yep,
did they have a
I'm pretty
seventh
sure.
season that they split up into two? Because yeah, if it was the sixth season, then yeah, it was only like 8 episodes, so that was a good chunk of season 6A, 2 episodes.
And I agree with Isaac Walmart. Oz was a good show too. I was a little young for that when it first started.
I
And
fucking
one of
love Oz. Yeah,
one of the first scenes I remember seeing was one of the inmates made another inmate go down on him, and he bit his pee-pee off, or something like that.
Tobias Beecher, I believe. Tobias Beecher was like the everyman coming in on the first episode to have like the audience's eye view of this crazy world, and he became Schillinger's bitch. First time I ever saw J.K. Simmons. He is so evil. He is so fucking great as an evil Nazi, and he says everything so well. There is one line where they're talking about the race of Jesus, which I can't repeat in current day, lest I get my ass kicked. But just does that look like? And he just says it so fucking perfect.
Dude, I'm gonna have to go back and watch Oz.
Adabisi, I would stop watching it at season 4A. For Oz, they had like 6 seasons, I believe. I did not like 5 or 6 at all. Season 4A and 4B. Basically, The Sopranos it was put on hiatus for longer than they were expecting. HBO was like, we got this money. Hey, Oz, you want to make another season? So they had a double, and only 8 episodes per season. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Oz, and Evil Schillinger, Evil Adabisi are so good. I fucking love those two. But if you stay till the 6th season, you do get the scene of Chris Maloney pissing in a bucket.
I'll probably end up watching all of it, but yeah, no, a lot of shows are like that. I feel like 3 to 5 seasons is a perfect sweet spot for a lot of shows. And Mr. Sam Bibley in the chat, don't worry, man. Like this is we always get sidetracked. This is the fun part of the show.
Yeah, we do step in and out of steel tonus. So
dude, you can't kill everybody with this. They'll die if you give them an hour straight.
It's part of the dynamic that we have here. We got topics. Look at us. We've got topics, just like Ray DeVito.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh boy. No, I don't want to get started on him either.
My opinion. Keanu, I've got. I'm not even doing a bit now. This is tragic news. This is an eyewitness account, and this checks out because
more eyewitness accounts of April on the street. Oh, and there we get. Wow, she does look like Sue Lightning, doesn't she? Or Dylan Mulvaney.
Dylan Mulvaney. She still is. Dylan has and her both had that kind of. I think Dylan's is more angled. She has a curvier jawline, but yeah, it's the black hair and the shape of the face.
Because last Thursday I put the rest of April's stuff out in the driveway, and she came and picked it up. We didn't want to see.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, we didn't want to see. We didn't want to see each other. But I also, in the state she's in, I didn't want to be away from the house when she came over. I don't know what's going to happen. She had taken money out of the account. She had done all this stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to see her, but I'd like to be here.
You just took everything and put it in the driveway?
And I put it in the driveway because I didn't even want her going in the garage.
Smart.
So she went to pick that up.
Okay, so like Aaron, he enjoys reporting on where April is, but legit, he is not wanting to see her. As we have some quotes from Adabisi as he is going through withdrawal. I need some tits, which is what Sue Lightning told Anthony, and he obliged.
He did oblige. Yep, he got him.
So where's April? Aaron is curious, but he doesn't want to be drawn next to her in that little cartoon.
At about, she probably left at about 9:30. So this is terrible. This checks out.
At night?
Yeah. A listener writing in says, you can read this live. I was going to keep it to myself. I saw April at a local gas station in Waite Park last week, Thursday at 10:30 at night. So she was in town.
So now he's tracking her moves. She has picked up her stuff, and then she was at a gas station. And Sam Bibley got a good look at her stuff in the driveway, but it wasn't worth the trip. So she must have got all the good stuff in that big first clean out, especially that few $1,000s.
Oh yeah, she yep, took him to the cleaners. I just find it funny that he won't even let her in the house. I think he's just afraid of confrontation.
I think so too. He's it's the SpaghettiOs against the wall that's reminding him of. That we need to hear about that childhood trauma, Aaron. Actually, we don't have too many childhood stories from Aaron. We're just getting all his current stories. We don't have any stories of you banging Buzz, who got paid to bang you on your 13th birthday.
That's such a good story, man.
I know so much of Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It sucks, but especially about his childhood. I know that he went from New Jersey, I think, to California. Like his dad just took him out to California, him and his older brother.
And then
Dad fucking made him into a man.
Little pissy eyes. We need to get you laid on your 13th birthday. Good old Buzz taking one for the team. She knows that 13-year-old isn't going to be worth a shit. But yeah, Mr. Cumia, I'll make that boy into a man for you. I won't turn little pissy eyes into pissy pecker for you.
Pissy pecker.
She looked worse than her mugshot and strung out as fuck. She had a nasty bun that looked like a rat's nest and was dressed poorly. The truck also looked trashy, and she drove back towards Wilmer.
Ha ha, that truck that you're still paying for with viewers' money. Ha ha, it looks like
no
shit.
Just another example of her being on the wrong path. I hate that this happened, but it needed to be said.
See, I don't get it, man. He's trying to
dude, I'm at the point
Very
now.
unfortunate. I can't believe
He's trying
to be like emotional about this, and it's just coming off as extremely disingenuous. He cared early on when he was missing his water slave. She used to come fill my water for me, and he was like literally about to try to cry.
And that is where he kind of showed a real emotion, was that she used to bring me water.
And again, it's about him. He's
kind of playing it up more than that water.
And
Not
now
able
he's
to bring out the tears, but you can't crack your voice when you think
a little
about
bit.
it.
I just I'm getting a little verklempt.
I was actually focused on Keanu kind of putting on a relating, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I saw that.
Back here. But you're right. It's going on both ends of trying to ham it up of I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't think Kiki gives a shit.
Nick Rekieta using a water-based lube. That is the best lube. Aaron's tears is being used for some lube. So good on Nick Rekieta for using that solid water-based lube.
Looked trashy, and she drove back towards Wilmer. Just another example of her being on the wrong path. I hate that this happened, but it needed to be said. I'm at the point
very
now.
unfortunate. I can't believe she's fucking back at that point.
But I'm at the point now where I don't know. Do I call the fucking detective? Like, who gave me his card?
Quit snitching. Fucking snitch.
That would help the detective out. He's had to sift through all of these clips, very much like Stallion 19 has, to find all this good stuff. So yeah, if you would like to make snitching easier, call up the detective.
Big shout out to Stallion for clipping, and Joe Burrow. He just jumped in on it too, and they've been putting up some good stuff. MLI Sam, Toucan Sambo rather, and Citizen M. I think he took a break for this week. I don't know if he put anything out. I can't remember.
Yes, Citizen M's I haven't been featuring because many of his are just so complete. There's already so many jokes densely packed in there that they are a complete episode to watch on their own.
Oh yeah.
It's like what can I add to this that's already just jam packed with so many jokes?
That's why I appreciate Stallion's clips. He kind of lets the clips speak for themselves. And Doom's always put, not necessarily steel toe stuff, but Stuttering John out of context.
I love those.
Those are I can watch that. You know, like as far as
Yeah,
Stutcho content goes.
It's the two different types of clippers. The ones presenting it as is, and Citizen M not doing the commentary show as we are, but doing a show through editing to put all those jokes very densely packed into his presentations.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And the rebel flag in the background is like just a great subtle nod.
Yes, it is.
Do anything. You are a human being with 3 kids. You have to think about yourself. You're divorced from her. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm out and I'm doing very well.
There's nothing you can't save her from.
No, I mean, like, you know, if she's
protective for, like,
look, people aren't wrong when they see someone and they go, they look like they're using drugs. I mean, they're usually not wrong.
no, I just like the sweepers for the Ricada thing. Anna's not one of them. She was like, I just feel this way. I'm not saying what Nick did was right. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, somebody
Well,
sent a
not
thing.
even
She was
now,
taking
though.
shots at me for running my mouth or whatever. I'm like, I ain't never fucking talked to this broad in my life. But then I found out she's pregnant, and I'm like, well, congratulations. That's wonderful.
Right. The
You
one
know-
thing I do say is, like, if she's accusing you of clout chasing, why are you getting involved?
Right. That's my
Isn't
thing.
that
Like,
in and of itself, clout chasing.
all these people clout chasing off of it, saying I'm clout chasing. Motherfucker, I'm the only person who has like any authority outside the other 3 of them. Just
But you don't need to be talking about it to the entire world, treating them like the confessional. This I'm not clout chasing by spoon feeding the internet all these juicy details talking about specific sexual positions and
Oh God. Was it that bad? Did he say specific positions? I didn't catch that.
Kino Casino is where
okay.
most of the Kino Casino interview is where the most sexually explicit talk got into. He was getting pretty in detail. Maybe I may be hyperbolicizing. I'm not using that right at all.
Yeah, we know what
Hyperbole
you mean.
as in a different form. I'm using that all fucking wrong. But this clip is starting to wear on me. So let's get to the 2 I wanted to get to before we get out of here.
Okay.
Is Aaron Imholte chasing
Friday,
after a married woman, and the other one, Will Heron released the other day of Aaron just simping for his new girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. That's so weird how quick that happened.
You need time to yourself.
Dude, he can't be alone. He is never not in a relationship, and I also suspect he is like a never nude. You know what I mean? Like that's how he is
with relationships.
Yeah, like he can't not. He's always got jean shorts on, always, no matter what. And I find that strange, especially coming from a man. You know, I mean, but my stepfather's kind of that way. He just could not be like he doesn't like to be away from my mom. It's weird, dude. I'm like, I need a lot of space.
That's something that my brother couldn't do either. And getting into relationships is keeping the individual as your individuality along with your couple. But both my brother and my mother, like their individuality just disappears. They just want to be a couple, and that is their identity. So there are a lot of people like that just want to not be an individual ever.
That's crazy to me.
I installed a karaoke. I put a karaoke system in my neighbor's garage. I use my amp. I use my speaker. I use my mics. I went on Marketplace, $50 for a mic and mic stand. Got 2 mics, speaker, amp, sound bar for the TV, computer with the Carafun.
What is Crutches doing? What is he doing?
He is very distracting during this clip.
That's why I put my hand. I was like, dude, what is going on with him? It's like he's having a fucking episode of some sort.
Maybe he's moving his legs around with his hands because he can't. he is doing some heavy lifting of some dead weight of his legs or something.
He's number 2 now. He's like lost the most respect for Aaron after April, especially after his meltdown on the show a couple weeks back.
And I still see the Aaron, Mersh, and Johnny show. That is a show.
Yeah, especially if you get, because Aaron will defend for Mersh over Johnny because he likes Mersh better, and that's like another stepping stone for Aaron. And Mersh doesn't like Johnny, so that should be a good dynamic that way, you know.
The most entertaining I've ever seen Johnny Crutches is when he was getting fucking pissed at Mersh for realsies.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that'll keep the eyes. He got huge bumps. Aaron got huge bumps in his numbers the past couple weeks, and already they're tapering off. If there's one thing the YouTube algorithm does not like is when people subscribe to your channel and then you quit watching their channel. It will bury you because it tells the YouTube algorithm that you're not worth watching.
So please keep watching, all you new subscribers, so I don't get buried.
No, I'm telling you, man, and leaving comments and stuff, it really helps.
Fun app on it, the whole deal. And got that set up, and we tested it on Friday. Then after that, we just start singing. I mean, the Aaron's karaoke installment goes wonderful. There's
this guy.
There is just a beautiful.
I can't take my eyes off of Johnny. Once again, he's got the full-on green screen, it appears, not using the app that can just key out your background, because he looks like Toonces the driving cat with the amount of green that is around his head there.
So many people. That's I don't bother to chroma myself out. I just made it dark. Good enough. But that green spill is so horrible with some of these guys. Like the next runner up for that is probably Bob Levy.
Yes.
He gets green hair
with the AI Bob Levy. They made it so it was just green fucking hair.
Beautiful. A lovely woman in my neighborhood. Just gorgeous and nice and funny and hilarious. I know what everyone's saying. Aaron, you stop it. You stop it right now. I don't mean it like that. I mean it purely as observational. And she sang a song. She sounded like a god.
Once again, the tone of his voice really gives away that he is falling for this lady immediately right now. She sang the song. It's just beautiful.
I know. He is so open-faced with all his emotions. It's weird. And that's how I pick a lot of what he's like when he's bullshit lying. You can hear it. You can hear it in his voice. He changes. The frequency kind of changes a little bit. It's a different pitch.
This woman.
So wife number 3 it is.
That's not what I said. You stop looking at her house. So she sings, and she sounds like an angel. I sing, I sound like a competent hillbilly. And I get done singing, and she goes, "Hey, do you want to do a song together?" And I went to Kay's Jewelers. I picked out a ring. I did the whole thing again. No,
you're trying to do a gag there, but you are really into this lady.
That's what I mean. Like he thinks he's making a joke. It's not. It's like there's truth in jest. Right. You know, he's just telling the truth. Like he's not like trying to hide it with a fake joke. He was probably at K Jewelers like, maybe I should start looking into a ring now.
Comedy Shaman calls Aaron's co-host a meat shield. Aaron just likes having a meat shield, gig workers, asking, why does Toe even have Johnny? I find Matt to be the most useless. He kind of reminds me of James Rolfe's neighbor nerds, just pulling over his neighbor. I need someone, and my buddy who was good at this won't talk to me anymore. Come here, neighbor nerd.
Yeah, you're right. He is very much like that. Like, just grab the guy out. Aaron went through his Rolodex of friends and was like, who can I get to do the show on short notice? And then he called this guy. A lot of people don't like Matt. There's a small contingency. I guess they're called Matt adores, like as they adore him. Matador.
That's fun.
Yeah, that I thought that was kind of cute. But yeah, neither him nor Johnny really add much to the situation because Aaron's the one talking most of the time, and he won't let neither one of them take too many shots at him. And to be fair, Matt does try to fuck with Aaron, but he also wants that $50.
He's just not a performer.
No.
He's not a personality. He seems like his neighbor. Get in here. I need someone.
I hate to bring him up again, but like Patrick said that Matt's one of those guys you can be like, stand right here, and you just place him in a spot, and then you can go away and come back 24 hours later, and he will not have moved because you told him to stay right there. You know, like he is that kind of guy. It's like hang that drywall.
Extra like that. If you place me in this spot for the camera and say don't move, then I will not move. So Matadors comes from a pot awful joke. Thank you, Meg Negro, for giving that its proper credit.
And I'm like, yes, I would love to. And Whiskey Lullaby, Need You Now. Picture, that's the hack duet to do. Picture Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow. You're not proud of that one, but that was at like 12:30.
Both are douche chili.
I know, man.
My brother, he's douche chili with his Kid Rock, American Badass, but even he knows to never do the Sheryl Crow song.
Oh, I just played Sheryl Crow the other day. I did a little Lilith Fair-esque playlist.
Yes, I wasn't. You did that when I was in work. The you had a funny name for the 90s. Lilith.
Lilith Fart. Lilith Fart.
Yeah, Lilith Fart was your music stream over there, and
that went down this week. Yeah,
yeah, I saw that afterwards. That there was a Lilith Fart stream over on Spurg Snakes. I've got to remember to give everyone the notification bell, like American Cupcakes, Cupcake Corner. I wasn't getting notifications, and I wasn't seeing them for weeks and weeks.
I need to get on his postcard thing. He has a post where he mails you postcards from what city he's in. I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, that is a fun little gimmick to get into.
Songs to do.
Right.
So you do picture. And then here's the gayest one. You're the one that I want. Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta from Greece. You never thought you'd see me do it.
Well, that's hokey enough to where I will give the other two get a much bigger thumbs down. That one is hokey enough to where I'm like, okay, but doing it with your new crush after it's like, I feel like Aaron was pushing after. Let's do another. Look at us bonding. I think she wanted to do one, and then Aaron was like, and another, and another, and another.
I am highly suspect that Aaron does that. He just comes on way too hard, way too fast, and that turns me off. You know, not necessarily from girls because I like girl attention, but if there's a guy that wants to be like, you meet somebody new at work and they want to hang out 24/7, that's a red flag. And I feel like that's what he is. He just can't be alone with his own thoughts.
And guess what? You never will see me do it.
I don't want to see you do it. The mental image alone is painful.
But I did it. I did the song, and then I did Need You Now a second time. And that was my...
Boo! You never do a karaoke song twice in a night.
That's, what?
Hack. You're a hack in like karaoke is hack in itself. That's like hack cubed. You've skipped over hack squared to hack cubed.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Karaoke is only acceptable in certain circumstances.
And I do enjoy me at karaoke from time to time. And I've the Scatman that will now be in my regular rotation. So it's Scatman and I Hate Everything About You are now my two go-tos when I go to the karaoke bar.
Man, I cannot sing, so I don't have a karaoke song.
That's why you need to do Ugly Kid Joe's I Hate Everything About You. Ugly Kid Joe didn't sing. It doesn't fucking matter if you don't sing.
True. That's a good point.
That's why I chose it.
Duet history on Saturday. And then Charlotte and I, we're just fucking crushing these songs. I mean, just killing them. And then I get a little Luke Combs One Too Many in there. Oh, was it a fun night? Miss Crockett,
Okay, so like Aaron, like Anthony Cumia, once again, he's got a karaoke machine in his house, and he's just doing it all night. Is there anybody else there? Uh, it just feels like you're trying to be Cumia again with your karaoke machine in your house.
Yeah, I feel the same. It's weird that he copies the radio mannerisms, but now he's copying hobbies. I mean, karaoke, I guess, is a pretty big hobby for a lot of people. I don't know, man.
It's where I met the kinky nanny, so I have a soft spot for it, and it is where it spawned the greatest sex I've ever had. So that is one of the fallbacks for me.
And there's a difference of going to a bar on karaoke night versus having a karaoke machine in your neighbor's garage. You know, like he's like trying to make it as easy as possible for him.
Principled uncertainty asking if she's Amish, and that is why she is so enthralled with this karaoke machine.
Rural Minnesota, yeah, there's probably some Amish up there, and that's exactly, catch them on that, what's that called? God dang it. Rum Springer?
And over on TikTok, I found a black market cell phone to the Amish. This guy hides a cell phone underneath a bridge for the Amish folk to come and pick up, so they can get to the technology without the community knowing.
I've heard stories of girls hiding them and then going out into the cornfield or wherever in the middle of nowhere, like squatting, making phone calls, because apparently they break the rules too. They got rule breakers.
Do you like karaoke? It's 1:15. I'm all alone.
No.
Get this straight. Ruining one of your relationships wasn't enough, so you torpedoed two. And literally hot off the wreckage of that second one, you're like, you know what? How about now I see what I can do to other people's relationships?
No.
How can I divest those?
No, it was just nice that, we sang songs together and we had a chemistry and all that. And then we'd hug after each song. And that would make me want to do another song.
And you're going to take her to Winners to do karaoke this weekend?
I've been alone for a while. It was nice to be touched.
You haven't been alone for a while. This just happened.
Yeah, that's what
He kind of did admit there that he was pushing for each song. They would hug. Oh, human contact. She's going to hug me after we do another one. So they're kind of dry snitching on himself.
Yeah, no, he does that.
Foisting these songs on. And I think I just skipped over in that clip there. The way that Johnny is talking here, he started singing. I had to skip ahead, but I think that's where he revealed this is a married woman here that he's doing all these karaoke songs with. So, the fuck, Aaron. I'm not going back, but I will acknowledge that appears to be the moment in those 10 seconds I skipped over where it was revealed this karaoke partner that he wants to keep hugging and keep spending time with is a married woman. Oh, another drop the needle everywhere creepy Aaron pose. We are getting a lot of great stills of Aaron.
Dude, he's like the alien from Men in Black when he first takes that human form. Sugar, water, like his skin's all fucking weird and he's walking all weird. He's just like so uncomfortable in his own body, like he doesn't know how to move. And I find it strange that he's into karaoke and he's like a Target dad. I don't know how else to explain it. People call him Target moms, like they shop at Target all day. That's who he is, but he's the male version. He's like an off the rack guy.
Off the rackets guy now. Hey.
Where were you touched?
In my heart.
Uh-huh. I've never heard it called that before.
No,
that's a full bundle of sticks.
She's a nice girl. No, I'm a gentleman. I am.
Mm-hmm.
I meet a nice young lady and I am an absolute sweetheart. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't.
When you meet her, you are, and that doesn't last long.
Yeah, it changes. Like I said, he's definitely a honeymoon phase guy. Like he likes the early on fall. This right here is why he's so happy.
And then one of those days, bang, zoom,
gone. You're gone. If you're, and he does it to himself. Like he just starts being a dick. And I think he may have moved from this married woman to a non-married woman. I think he had two women. I believe he.
That's our
Yeah.
final clip of the day. We'll watch this for a little bit more, and then we'll
Okay.
get to that final clip of the day of who he is currently after. So it does appear that he was chasing after this this married lass. Can I come up with some more archaic terms for women here? Before he got a new lady.
He's gonna text her later. Hey, I know a great divorce lawyer. Just saying.
Can you have a better weekend?
I don't know. It sounds like for you, probably not. I mean, unless you had, gone to the neighbor's house that night, like that might have been a better.
Not that. No, she's a very nice girl. No, she's adorable. She's.
So you're gonna stovepipe her.
No, I'm gonna find another one just like her, and I'm gonna hold on tight.
Yep.
Or as the people who hate me on the internet go, you're gonna ruin her too. Oh, that's not what ruined.
Both are right.
Never mind.
Yeah, both things can be correct.
Be a good boy, Aaron. Be a good boy. Not
Yes,
about
that's
her.
all
She's
you are.
Lovely girl.
Oh boy,
Lovely girl. April. Lovely girl.
another win for the toe.
But yeah, no,
Okay, I think we've had enough of that clip. It does go on for a little longer, and Aaron does believe that he is getting wins, but we've got someone who says different.
Just take the loss, Mr. Toeman.
Love
I
that
love
guy.
that
I heard
clip.
you've got. I heard you have him on your board as well over at the Family Feud stream.
Oh yeah, I think I played it the other day. I have to. That's so good, man. What a great find. A serendipitous drop to drop them all. Wait, what? Never mind.
We'll just move on to the next clip. Of,
Thank you.
Of TV's
We'll just
Will
move-
Heron. First one that we've seen from Will Heron of the day, and our last clips of the show for the day as Aaron talks about his new girlfriend who doesn't appear to be this married woman. Luckily, he is done wrecking marriages in the year 2024. He has stopped. Well, I was going to say stopped at 2, but no, he did not wreck the Ricadas' marriage. They are still together, and they are having just a hell of a thruple time.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got to be super happy he's out of the house.
And this is one of I think the newest clip that we're watching. He has stopped doing what Pot Awful told him, and he must be really proud of that SS Minnow boot that he has mounted there with the "No Girls Allowed" social justice warrior get out of here tag he's got there. But we can't see the words behind you with your chicken scratch whiteboard there. So going against what Pot Awful told you of your framing, no bueno, sir.
I agree. I wish he would just sit in the center and hide that boot with his fat head.
Sam Bibley, I did eventually figure out how to throw Cardiff the invite last week, and he was busy, not around. I'll have, if you suggest that earlier, I'll throw him the link earlier. Well, I could still throw him the link now, but we are wrapping up. We would not have too much time with Cardiff.
I would like to talk to him. He's funny. I find him to be very funny.
And I am one of the lucky folk who got to see Unmasked Cardiff in Tampa. So that was very exciting to see the man behind the potato.
Can I ask one question? Mustachioed or no mustachioed? Cardiff.
I think there was stubble.
Okay.
I remember there kind of being stubble, like a very light beard.
Oh, I imagined him having a push broom mustache like
And I feel
Steve
like I'm
Harvey.
saying too much already. It was very much a privilege to get to see his face. I feel like I've said too much already with what it looks like behind the potato.
Okay, I'll keep it at a minimum. I'm just interested in facial hair.
Before Matt gets here and before we really dig into some things on the show today, I do want to announce, and this is probably, I want to say it's a massive mistake, but you know what? It's not a massive mistake.
Even your first instinct is correct.
That's what I mean. Like, he knows what he's doing, but he chooses to make poor choices. Again, another stupid worded sentence. Sorry.
Oh, Corn Diff talking about his facial hair. Behind the corn, there is a few silks on the chin. So no mustachio behind the corn, but some silks on the chin.
I wanted to make mention that Corn Death was the other one that I wouldn't mind hanging out and talking with. He is an adult fan of Lego, and so am I.
And he has got quite the broadcasting voice.
Yes, I literally watching him build Lego sets and just having a nice little chat. His streams are a lot of fun.
And being a good friend, second time today that he is encouraging the audience to hit the like button. We'll go ahead and finish this clip before we get into the for realsy shill segment. But thank you for encouraging the audience there to hit that like button and help us out here to get to 500 and see if I can actually get monetization, or if they look at my shit and say, "Nah, bro, nah."
I think you're all right. You run a pretty clean channel.
To tell you guys this, but I am in the beginning stages of seeing someone. I'm excited about this. I'm very happy about this. I know. Look,
his body language is so much fun. That leaning in really got my attention.
I'm excited about
and
this.
That.
I'm very happy about this. I know. Look.
Yeah, there it is. The leaning on his. I am very excited and happy. Kind of like a flirty pose that he's getting there.
That's a good way to put it.
I'm fully aware that those of you who hate me, that those of you who are in the chat to go, you suck, you're a piece, you're this and that. I know that whatever I say that makes me smile.
And there's Will Heron trying to keep his monetization with some.
I caught that too.
Happy is going to make you lose your mind. I'm fully aware of it. That's the game you and I play. That's the back and forth we have. Some of our fans think we're awesome and great and they write nice things. Your guys' whole thing is whenever I'm doing something good or makes me happy, you want to try to take it away. And it's great. You're like the Wile E. Coyote to my Roadrunner. I like that about you. But man,
I love the relationship that he is projecting onto this audience. That you are going to try to rip the rug out from under me at every moment, and nope, I'm not having it.
I'm gonna paint a false wall in his house, and hopefully he runs into it, like Wile E. Coyote. Hey, thanks.
Not only am I happy about it, but also I'm trying to do all the right things. And when you're a guy who's perpetually done all the wrong things in terms of taking it slow.
Good, he knows. He's acknowledging it and not applying it.
No, not at all.
Building a foundation, not just falling head over heels and, and just, let's just fucking do it. What do you say? It's hard to balance.
Where did that come from?
Was that from Will Heron himself?
I think so.
Let's just fucking do it. What do you say? It's
good timing
hard
too.
To balance the two emotions.
Right in between him not speaking. It's so good.
There is a ghost cough that we got there. I think I will put the cuck clock at the same as the third marriage divorce clock of 3 3/4 years from the I do's.
Yeah, we got to count from the I do's, I suppose.
That's what I'm putting it. The cucking and the divorce clock are both at 3 3/4 years from the I do's.
Emotions of like, this person is way better for me. This person is so good for me. And let's go. And then the other part that goes, or you could not speed this one up into Upsville like you always do. I was talking to them today, and she said
he's going to get it from someone. Stelio thinks there will not be a third marriage. I think that Aaron will get a third marriage. He is the one, like the opposite of a woman who is nagging her husband to put a ring on it. He is like, take the ring.
Yeah, he's using that like a carrot in front of a mule. Like he just keeps dangling the wedding ring out. I'm curious to find out how desperate these women in northern Minnesota are.
There are
I might
some
have to go
women
get me a bit.
that just idolize marriage so much, that idolize the family life. I need to get married. I need to have kids. There are people that still idolize that 1950s lifestyle.
I think April kind of does. I think she wants to have the big family with the kids, but still wants to do rails off a Pink Floyd album cover.
And Stalio,
Oh, that too.
Stalio, that is a great point. Him
Yep.
finding an I can fix him woman is another way that he can hook him and keep him for 3 3/4 years.
Yeah, no, yep. I agree.
She goes, just enjoy the part of the relationship where we miss each other. Just enjoy that part. When you miss someone, just miss them. That's what she's saying. She goes, don't miss them and then
She is already telling Aaron that you're trying to spend far too fucking much time with me. We've known each other for less than a month. For fuck's sake, let's be an individual. And as we spoke about just a few minutes ago, I don't want to be an individual. I want to be a couple.
Yeah, that's exactly what his problem is. There's something going on where he sits in that living room by himself and he has to I think he needs a real friend. I think he has friends, but I don't think he has like a best friend anymore.
I can see how he runs off his best friends. He probably, as he just revealed all the secrets of his relationship, like you run off your friends by doing shit like that, of revealing behind their backs or maybe in front of everyone. Hey, he told me he cries when he jerks off. Ha ha.
Yeah, exactly that. You can't tell him anything because it might become part of his show. And nobody wants that. Or regular people don't want that.
Yeah, most people wouldn't talk about the hookers that they have had, but I am one of those weird people who would allow such talk. If I do get a lady friend, she might start to clamp down on the. Well, actually, I do know to shut the fuck up to a certain point in these type of things. Well, we'll see if any of these actually go past a first date here in somewhere. Actually, I have had some second dates. The last one, she really wanted kids. It was the thing that I'm like, I'm not a kids guy. Nice enough lady. I was attracted to her. Nice pair of tits. But she was really looking for the marriage kids, and I'm like, I'm not bringing kids into this world. Adoption we can talk about. I'm not wild about the idea, but they're already in this failing society. Let's not bring new life into society heading down the tubes. It might be a while that we're circling the drain. We might go down the drain sooner than later, and we really fuck over those new lives.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly with you. That's part of the reason why I don't have kids is because I can't do that to another person, man. You know? Also, I don't know how I would be as a dad. I'm a big kid myself.
I'm not interested in parenthood, especially not bringing another life into this world. I've talked about like dating moms. I would like to be in an open relationship with moms where I encourage you to find your forever man. And if you do go monogamous and cut me out, well, then it was
no big deal.
It was a great trip while it lasted. Oh, and also something people really don't seem to be into, Aaron especially here, is casually dating for 3 months. Like that's what I want. I want casual dating for 3 months, and then 3, 6 months, something like that, and then we can have a talk about where we take this. Because just jumping in full force of like, hey, let's be very serious because I like you. No. Let's take 3 months at least to just not be serious.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron understands that at all. He has no concept of casual dating. Like it's full on or nothing.
Come to my house and be here all the time. She's like, no. I miss you. You miss me. Let's plan a time to see each other again. And then we'll plan a time to see each other again after that. And again and again. Like this process that's called dating. Apparently. Have you ever heard of this?
Oh, exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
She
He's
is trying
having-
to date him and get to know him. He is trying to have her sequestered to his house anytime she's not at work.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to put ownership on that. He wants to lock down. He's insecure. He tries to protect all his confidence, but he's got to be insecure with who he is as a man. And the second somebody finds him attractive, he has to, like he said to Johnny just the last clip, clinging on. He's holding on for dear life. He's clingy. That's not attractive as a man.
Apparently there's a process that's called dating. It's not just like,
Oh, Sam Bentley. Yep. Sorry.
like meet them, fall in love with them, move them in. Did you know that there's another thing that you're supposed to do? I'm just learning about this. 2 divorces and 37 years later. I'm just finding out about this concept.
And I have come across that damn near perfect lady, the kinky nanny. She kicked me to the curb. She already had a primary partner, and it was going back to monogamy. The evil forces of monogamy that broke us up.
Monogamy's preferred.
I really wish I could put that on the board.
Yeah, no, Corn Dep's got it, and somebody mentioned it earlier. It's like, it's not acting like you don't give a fuck. It's an aloof kind of thing. It's like, it's so hard to explain it to another person. It's like, it's a confidence. It's a Zen thing. You just
I'm comfortable
are.
with myself.
Right.
Women enjoy when you're comfortable with yourself. So I would enjoy adding to that with you, but I'm okay with myself.
Exactly. I don't think Aaron is okay with himself.
Nope.
Real quick, one more thing.
Yes.
He's explaining dating to me like a guy on mushrooms is realizing what photosynthesis is. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, man, the light comes from the sun to the plant, and then we burn the trees back into fire like the sun. It's fire, man. You know, he's doing that with dating at 37. He did cocaine and Molly. He probably needs to do some mushrooms to get him out of this bubble he's in. He needs to see more than outside of himself.
Do not microdose, Aaron. You need to macrodose to help
He needs a full dose, yes.
reset that brain of yours. And if if he puts this new woman on stream showing that he has learned absolutely nothing from this second marriage, fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Seems swell. And I like it so far. No, but she's been great. In all honesty, I would not be doing as well in my private life.
Stelio thinks a quick little coma will bring Aaron back to normal, but I bet you that he would give up the briefcase. I bet you he would give up that briefcase to go in there and be with his family. And I thought that Sopranos reference was going to be funnier, but it wasn't. I do believe that calls for Duke Phillips, because I thought that windup was really going to have a hit.
Where's the joke? Sir, we're on the air. I know we're on the air, but where's the joke?
Once I finished saying it, I was like, well, that wasn't funny at all.
I like Duke Phillips. He's definitely my second favorite character since we did that show.
My top character. As I said, when we did the show, Franklin was my favorite as a kid. Duke Phillips is my favorite as an adult.
I got the opposite thing going on. I think I like Franklin now more.
Franklin was helping turn that show into a full-on cartoon.
Yep.
And the little bit we got of Franklin and the little girl.
Yeah.
The senile old man and the troublemaking little girl, they would have been so
What a great
together
pair.
in season 3.
I'm stealing that if I ever write a sitcom.
Private life, my personal life, like I've said before, show life is a performance. Like, if you guys think that's why I always get a kick out of people who are like, your ex-wife's gonna be so mad when she finds out about some of the stuff you've been saying.
I love his internet voice.
We just sound like this, like we're all stupid.
He pulls that It's out very regularly when he talks about his fucking detractors. He does like doing that voice to talk about the people who talk shit who don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Like we're all fucking ape Neanderthals. Like have no like. That's what really bothers me is that he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. And I agree with principal uncertainty, except I don't think that was a gummy. I think that was the first time he did Molly. And then use that as an excuse. Like, oh, I ate a gummy. I did an edible. And I was like out of it for 3 days. No.
If you overdo it on edibles, it is like a small little trip.
Yeah. No, the first time...
At his brain.
The first time I did that, I was like, oh, this is vastly different than smoking.
You think that I'm giving you this first? Are you out of your mind? Do you have a real life or do you just live online? The idea that I would come to you first and tell you very privileged information and that I wouldn't tell the mother of my children this information first makes me think that you might be, that I have the most single digit
One doesn't have anything to do with the other. It's the fact you're telling this online.
Exactly that. That's exactly it. It's not that you're telling your wife first and then telling us. It's that you're telling us at all, you doof. And he thinks he cannot get in trouble. He thinks that any of the, either a cop or somebody mentioned to him, yeah, we're not charging you with anything. Yet, stupid, yet. If you keep running your mouth and incriminating yourself, they might just want to get some money out of you. It might be tickets and a probation.
Child neglect charges could be coming. That's something that's not off the table for Aaron.
That and permitting drug abuse, especially in front of children. He should learn more of a lesson out of this because he's not. It needs to cost him money and time for him to actually get it. This dude is more lucky than he realizes, and he has no fucking clue. None.
Any show out there. It's troubling, to be honest with you. But like, this person has helped me so much in my private life. I mean, this person has...
You just met her.
Completely restored my confidence again. Like, and that's like, for my private life, that's amazing. That makes me bulletproof. That makes me feel great. In my show life, it makes me as the insufferable prick that a lot of the people who hate me see me as. The smiling, cocky, talking guy that they find obnoxious. When I'm confident, that guy comes out. In my private life, I mean, this is a person who has just helped me so much to forgive me, forgive myself, and just make me feel confident and...
Okay, you're starting to wear down now. I don't know if this next 4 minutes is worth sticking around for. Thanks for dropping by because of the Corn's recommendation, Evil Jesus.
Appreciate you.
Like our banter, and hopefully some more people enjoy our banter, as does Spawn, who was going to be out of here an hour ago, but has stuck around. So definitely made a fan in Spawn, who has... gotten his subscribe in. Seems like a good time for the shill segment. You can subscribe like Spawn did. I go live Tuesdays through Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern with several different show concepts, and the landscapers are excited about those show concepts. They are back. So help me out with the algorithm. I am getting pretty darn close to the monetization. 90 subscribers away as of the start of this show. And maybe YouTube will tell me, hit the bricks, you're too filthy. Maybe I can, I do need to start that T Public store as well with some Ropey Load t-shirts, some Ray Pruitt fan club t-shirts, and some more stuff like that. And Spurg Snake has a channel as well where he listens to music and puts in some commercials to help keep from getting kicked off. The Family Feud streams are fun a couple nights a week. Will you be going live tonight with a Family Feud stream?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Well, not hoping so. I should. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I should start at 8 and finish up around 10. Tonight's your night off, right?
Yes, Wednesday and Thursday are my 2 days off. That is my weekend. And tomorrow I'll be back with another episode of TikTok Around the Clock with some boobies. I forget if it's speed dating I have on this show or next show. I've been editing both episode 46, 7, and 8, trying to get ahead so I can start clipping the show and keep it consistent, because the guy dating a hooker and didn't know it, that clip got a decent amount of views, as Hackride has suggested, and I've known for a long time of clipping like 5 to 10 minutes can help new people check it out and possibly stick around.
Yeah, what I want to do is, like in my case, I want to. The other day, I don't know if you were there for the one, but it was like the question was, name something you clean your ears out with off of your desk, like office supplies that people put in their ear.
Daylaw was on point. There were two that you've missed from Daylaw when he dropped in that you were like, I don't know. And he was on point both times.
No, because I had the first three, because it was pen, pencil, and then, anything you can pretty much put in your ear. Scissors was the other one. But they said stapler. I'm like, how the fuck do you clean your ear? Pardon again. How do you clean your ear with a stapler? And that was it, dude. I was blown away. I was so mad. But that's like a good clip for me, I think, that, the shorts do help drive traffic.
Yeah, the flip out of how the fuck do you put a stapler in your ear? Like, even if you get a staple, and like paperclip was one of them, that makes sense when you straighten it out and get it. But like when you straighten a staple out, you're hardly getting inside your ear. Like, it's like Krusty the Clown as part of the Big Ear Family sketch on Saturday Night Live parody that they did.
Exactly that, dude. Because that's what went through my mind, is like trying to unfold a staple to dig in my ear, and I couldn't believe that it was number 4.
I think it was 4 of 4, right?
Yeah, it was 4 of 4. Because that was the first 3. I was so upset. But there's like little moments like that makes Family Feud pretty fun.
I play it very much like Hollywood Squares, where I give a joke answer out of the box, and then I try to help you with real answers.
Yeah, and that's my favorite part is the joke answers. I like seeing what you guys come up with.
Doopa Doopa Doo is a big fan of my joke answers.
Yeah. Oh, Rini X too. When she's in the chat, she thinks they're very funny.
Oh, thanks, Rini. I saw you stop by a bit earlier. I know we're running long today. Some people can't stick around for the whole 2 hours, but that is the time frame I'm looking, 90 minutes to 2.5 hours for this show. And we'll return to Aaron's clip here, see if there's anything worth goofing on him for, but we're going to be out of here kind of soon.
Okay.
Worth again. And it's so nice. And you go, you hang out, you do whatever else adults do when they meet up, and you know what I'm learning now. You know what I'm trying to figure out now at 37 years old.
Where's the clitoris?
What I'm finally trying to figure it out. Taking it nice and easy. Nice.
It sounds like he's failing at that so far. The way that he's saying, come over to the house. I need you at the house now. And she's like, I'm going to see you again. I don't need to see you always.
Yeah, no, dude. It's bad when the lady in the relationship is telling you, hey, dude, just give me some space. Usually it's the other way around.
Nice and slow. But it's hard because they're always so beautiful. They're always so good looking.
They're all like, this is literally the angel on his shoulder that was just talking of like, hey, Aaron, we're going to have a healthy relationship. And now the devil is coming in. Fuck her 24/7. Fuck her. When you're not fucking her, make sure she's in your eyesight so you can think about fucking her.
Yeah, dude has no self-control. He just listens to the demon on his shoulder and continues to make poor decisions day in and day out.
They're always so nice. They make you laugh. They're fun to talk to. You just, it's like you just want to touch it and feel it all the time. The whole thing. And I know
he sounds like Lenny. I can hold it and touch it and pet it. And that's what he should be doing with the clitoris, Mark Bass, but we're not sure. if he did indeed find it, that is one of the reasons why Kayla was kind of upset that he had to go, but she recovered pretty quickly from that Aaron Wang. But very much like the abdominal, abdominal. I shouldn't say
Abominable.
I shouldn't say words that I can't pronounce and am getting all the letters fucking mixed up in my head. Abominable. The Bugs Bunny Lenny was the Snow Yeti.
Gosh, it's hot.
And that was from the 70s. Bugs Bunny, the shittier animated one. You could hear Mel Blanc's voice starting to get old, but I liked how you could tell the later Bugs Bunnies, both from the animation and the Mel Blanc voice, kind of getting a little bit on the rocks.
Yeah, and dude, he went a long time. There's one where Daffy Duck finds a genie and he's all happy and he's like, "I'm socially secure." I love that. That's so good.
I'm a fiddler crab. It's fiddler crab season. Shoot me. That one has always stuck with me, where it's the different seasons and it's fiddler crab season. Elmer fucking shot him.
Yeah. Yep.
I know what you're thinking. You're like, Aaron, I feel like you're already starting to break a little. Maybe I'm starting to break a little. But I just wanted to let you, I'm ready to let the audience know.
Act like you've been there before, buddy.
I've met someone. I've started seeing someone. They are fantastic. They have helped me through.
Let them in.
Along with many other people, by the way. I'm not saying they're the only one, but along with many other people, this person has helped me through a remarkably difficult time of my own making.
He said
I'm not sitting here going,
He said remarkable.
Remarkable. Is that one of Aaron's drink words?
Yes, that's definitely remarkable. And I had another one, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Damn it.
So once again, he can't get through this hard time on his own. He needs someone. Come on, man, be an individual. Can't be an individual. I can't do it. I don't want to be an individual.
No, he wants to have somebody there all the time. I also think he doesn't want a wife or a girlfriend, but an employee. I think that's what he's trying to get.
There was a recent beloved chatter saying that he was looking for a mom. I can't quite find where it's at. But yeah, like a maid. He needs his water maid, his dinner au pair.
Yes. Yeah. No, he's looking for somebody to do all the shit he don't feel like doing.
You're absolutely right as well, Corndiff. Aaron should take a break from the internet. He needs to do a rehab from the internet. Feeding the crippling addiction of attention is not helping him at all.
No, I agree. This is like something that is addictive. I look forward to sitting down and doing a show with you every week, or every other week, depending on what's going on. It's just fun. This is fun for me. I don't ever want it to feel like work, but at the same time, I also know to keep my mouth shut, dude. Not everybody cares about what's going on deep in details of my life, especially if you're going to incriminate yourself, you big dummy.
Honk the Clown is actually jealous of Aaron being able to just smell a vagina and fall head over heels in love, which I can see how that can make it jealous, because it does take more for me than just being there to fall head over heels. There's an equation of hotness and quirkiness or creativity, just the
Right.
mind and the physical that really needs me to fall head over heels, that I don't come by often, but Aaron does.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like how he spins everything into a win. Oh, sorry about that. Ugh. How he spins everything into a win is exactly how he looks at a relationship. He starts putting women on a pedestal. Oh, this is the best woman I've ever met. She's helped me. She just did it. She's helped me through so much.
Vegas right now,
Yeah, exactly.
Our families being very against it, and you're right. Sometimes you just need to take the loss.
Just take the loss, Mr. Toeman.
Yeah, and
I'm a victim.
chat's smarter than him. They're, everybody else sees it but him.
Or anything. A very difficult time of my own making. They've helped me be remarkably accountable to myself. They're not one of these people who, when I go this, that, and the other, they go, "Oh, it's okay." They go, "No, you didn't. Yeah, this part is your fault. Hey, you're right now. You're not being honest." I need that.
This is starting to sound like a Wu-Tang track on regular radio. As Will Heron is really trying to hold on to keeping this video monetized.
Yep.
And I like it. I just like having that. So I am very thrilled, but also very mindful of the fact that I make mistakes. I f up. And I'm going to not do that this time. You believe me, don't you? Yeah. As far as me playing the field goes, I've never been good at it. It's never.
Neither have I, but I still get out there.
Yeah, I don't think any dude is actually good at it. I mean, there are very few. And most of them are good-looking dudes, and they can get, that build confidence.
Oh, my cousin. I've got a cousin who, yeah, just he has that look, that fucking around, that damn handsome son of a bitch, getting that tail so fucking easily, and not as odd as this guy. He had his oddness that wasn't as overwhelming as this oddness is.
Yeah, I think that's part of my problem is I'm a bit quirky. Once you get to know me, I start doing weird shit, or people start picking up on the weird things that I do, that I don't think I do anything weird.
In my forte, I also I like what I like. I enjoy what I enjoy. When I told Gino that, man, seeing somebody, whatever, and I'm like, how do I stop myself from going full speed ahead? He's like, dude, I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm like the devil on your shoulder. Go for it. Gino and I are hopeless romantics, aka homos. That's what we are. Shawnetta writes, "No, you are really."
I think I just heard Will Heron clear his voice again. He is capturing this in an odd way that we're picking up his coughs and his.
I think if he's using OBS, I don't think he muted his mic.
Okay, maybe it's through OBS. As I mentioned, that was how I failed big time on being a guest on Comedy Shaman's show, is because I am a boomer with OBS and Discord, and he runs it through both. I would have been streaming shit a year earlier if I would have figured out how to use OBS, but I failed. I threw my arms up in the air, and luckily, baby's first streaming software of StreamYard is here to pick up, oh little retard me. Oh, shit. It's one of the words that YouTube doesn't like.
You're late enough in the video. Nobody's going to catch it. Yeah, no, I agree. I like StreamYards. It's very straight. It's straightforward, and it makes it easier. Like, I could show you how to set stuff up in OBS, but how to add another camera source over the internet, I haven't figured out yet.
Almost. That's what we are. Shawnetta writes, "No, you are really good at hurting people." But that's what I mean. Like, I feel terrible when I do that. I don't like being that person. It makes me feel gross. So no more playing the field, no more balancing plates, no more.
You didn't play the field to begin with.
No, he didn't. He ran from his first ex-wife right into his second now ex-wife. And ran right from this one to the new one.
Number 3. Oh, that's another good over-under. How long from the first divorce, which was June of, I guess let's call it June 1st. I know that's not the exact date, but just to make things simple, June 1st, under 2 years. 100%. Like, that's not even good odds making. The under is going to just absolutely rake it in. He is married within 2 years. Absolutely.
10 months.
I've got to come up. 10 months? I actually might take the over. That is a much better making the odds at 10 months. Yeah, 2 years, 100%. That marriage is kicked off, and the divorce clock of 3 3/4 years is starting to count down.
I love this shit, dude. It's so funny.
Or multiple people.
I love it.
Ugh. Like people think that just because I got out of a terrible situation with 2 women and a lunatic, and I've been out of that for a few months, and now I'm getting back out there and seeing someone else, that maybe I've lost some of my misogynist edge.
Okay,
I love how
that'll be
that
the
ended.
last clip for today.
I lost my misogyny because I'm a hopeless romantic. But this guy's logic, I swear.
Thank you for coming at just the right time, Aaron Imholte. You are helping prop Carl up. Hopefully, Carl Hamburger will take the Stuttering John segments down to 10 minutes, keep it confined over to Point Dabble Point. I've talked about what caused the turn on me against Carl Hamburger, and I haven't fully turned, but just things of like, I don't like his. And the debut of Point Dabble Point was a big, nah, Carl. But yes, you can still take all that turn and keep me on your side because you do still have a good show going on. So keep me on board. I'm rooting for you, Carl. The turn is rooting for against you. The turn is calling, but you're doing a good job at course correcting.
Yeah, I agree. He's got me on the fence. There's a lot of Stut Joe coverage, but then he threw out, this woman's talent is these 2 things. I don't know if you saw that thumbnail of a recent one. He had some woman with huge tits right on the front, but that's the things I liked.
He was covering a simp. I haven't listened or watched that podcast from Who Are These Podcasts, but I did catch that 30-minute clip of it's a simp hosting a big tits podcast, and he is just more of a stutter fuck than I am, stumbling all over himself as he is just gonna take this and jerk off to this big tits interview. Great course correcting, Carl Hamburger. You lost some fans, but I was still on the fence, and you're pulling me back as the turn is pulling me over, and you could win because you've got Helga and Lisa. They are wonderful. And Kiki, yes. So many fun new people. He's realized the steel toe coverage. He tried very hard to not jump on the steel toe bandwagon until Aaron gave him no choice.
It took a lot for Carl to actually have to comment on it. He was giving Aaron so much leeway because they were both radio guys. Well, Carl more than Aaron, but there's like it's a thing like that. You would just give a guy a little bit of respect because they're doing the thing, and he really tried, man. He really tried to give Aaron a wide berth, and that dude is just that. He's that poor of a decision maker.
He's very dense. To like, Carl, stab me in the back.
Oh, that too. Come on, man. He didn't even say anything that bad. Out of all of this, the only guy that had his back was Carl. Oh, the marriage divorce thing, it's a work. He was trying to help you out. He was trying to make it, there's no way the drama's this goofy. And it is,
So that was our steel toe coverage for the day. Honk the Clown is a fan of the Clown Wheel t-shirt. I'm a big fan of this one as well. And Sam Bibley, apparently there's some bad news about Lisa, of Helga and Lisa. So good thoughts going out to Helga and Lisa. Big fan of both of those. Those ladies have been a good sport about it. I'm very happy with how they've been a good sport with this goofing on them.
Yeah, some people take it well and others don't. I look forward to it because I like to see people trying to do jokes, at least make somebody laugh. It's not straight vitriol. It's funny.
Oh, and we are going to get out of here, but Quadfather was indeed pulling the long con on Stuttering John and pulled the trigger before John turned on him. So he did. That con went on so long that we thought he was just another DG, but long con by the Quadfather to turn on John before John turned on him.
So that was him with that thing the other day.
Yes, I saw a clip with the Potato and B Dabbler, where they were interviewing him.
Okay.
He put together with another streamer to help him do this porn bombing of him. So I didn't think that Quad was involved, but according to the clip I saw right before we went on air, where Quad was on with I forget who helped him out, but it's over on either the Potato or B Dabbler's channel, explaining, yep, it was a long con, and I decided now is the time to turn.
Yeah, okay, then you picked a good time. I got a slight more respect for Quadfather than I did a year ago.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was just doing the BG thing. He was in all on, so nice.
Agreed.
And that'll be it for today. One more plug for Spurring Snake's channel. Look out for music and Family Feud, and keep tuned here in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, for a middle of the road show by me. Hey, that's a fun little play on words. Maybe that'll be part of the t-shirts over at Public. 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday through Thursday. I put way too much effort into that TikTok show to have under 1,000 viewers, but I'm gonna keep on doing it, whether
Keep it
you
going,
show
man.
up or
I
not.
appreciate you. I really appreciate that one. I also like the co-host auditions too, man. The last one you just did, it wasn't Medic. What was the one just after that? Oh, Shoe on Head. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Shoe on Head's commentary. Those both videos I had in the queue were React style. I wasn't as big of a fan as I am of her commentary, but she was winning over the people in the chat as well as the show went on. She has some good commentary.
Yeah, she's pretty funny, and she's pretty cute to boot. Everybody was talking about her in the chat yesterday. Being just slightly imperfect makes her that much more attractive, and she's got good takes.
So that is it for today. TikTok around the clock tomorrow. More co-host auditions, possibly an interview or a successful failure on used cars next week. Thank you all for joining. Now feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day.
Places all. All join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right to your honey with a right to left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.